What's happening, everybody? How's everybody doing today? We got one hell of a show for you guys today because we're gonna be discussing what if scenarios that would change the whole saga. You know, the long and gappy story of Star Wars is full of different characters and storylines that we fans love to discuss. Like many other franchises, Star Wars has some incredible, interesting what if scenarios that we can, cover that would have changed the entire outcome of the franchise greatly if they ever came true, which we know that they're not because now it's owned by Disney and Disney just changes shit that we don't want them to change. So in today's show, we will be talking about some of those. Then, as always, we have news and rumors, Star Wars Impossible Quiz. But first, we would like to introduce Christopher to you guys. He's a local Arizona comedian. He came on here today to talk some Star Wars stuff with us and give us some more outrageousness, some comic relief to our sometimes dull show because we get on some dull tangents sometimes. So sit back and relax as the most outrageous Star Wars show on the web takes you on a journey that is Star Wars What If.
Nice. This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Last we will be ourselves.
Oh, I have a bad feeling about this.
You are now LightSaber Radio. If you only knew the power of gods.
Here it comes. Let's go.
You are now tuned in to LightSaber Radio. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello there.
So what's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing? We got Star Wars team leader in the chat, Clint's in the chat,
Dirty 30.
Infected, Chris.
Hello, people.
You know what I'm saying? What's going on?
Good to see ya.
Man,
I can't
Today's
see
your
you,
30th
but there we are.
birthday?
Now I can see you.
some dirty 30ness.
Sweet.
Hey,
Wow.
you know y'all, yesterday was Friday the 13th and didn't nothing bad happen?
Why,
To me, anyway.
Why you gotta say something? Now bad shit's gonna happen today. It's
That's
gonna
you
escalate.
jinxed
No, it's not going to happen today. Today's
Yeah,
going to
it
be a
is.
wonderful day. It's a wonderful Saturday the
No.
14th.
Yeah,
Saturday the 14th
My
is supposed to be
sister-in-law's
lucky.
getting married today. This is a
Yeah,
beautiful day.
14's my lucky number.
My sister-in-law's getting married today.
14 is my lucky
And you're
number.
on the
Tell her
show?
I'm
Why didn't you go
sorry.
to the wedding? That tells you how important Star Wars is.
Oh, I fucking hate that. I'm just kidding. No, I'm kidding. I wasn't invited. No,
listen,
it's
Star
not till
Wars
later. It's
is
not till
way
later.
important.
It's not till later. I promise.
Hey,
Like, we're not
CJ.
What?
Take something and throw it at Tori.
Well,
and tell her
I'm
we
gonna bring
said
her
hi.
on. I'm gonna bring her on here in a little bit when we start talking what ifs, and she's gonna share her what if because she kept throwing them at me last night. So
Oh, shit. Hey, next week, you better not fucking skip out on a what if talking about I ain't got one today.
we're not doing it fucking today. So
No, what? He's really just gonna be like copying down notes, hoping we don't remember.
yeah, I know just, that you don't remember your own what ifs. You know, no big deal or anything.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. And see, it's Infected's birthday today, so it's going to be a great day.
Happy birthday,
Yeah.
Infected.
That's right.
Oh, nice. Happy birthday. That's awesome.
Yeah, birthdays is always
Very
great days, except for my birthday because I just get closer to death at my age.
Yeah, dude. Why does everybody like their birthday? I hate my birthday.
Yeah, no.
Every
I like my
dude for
birthday.
like 5
Freak
years
me
straight,
out.
every year on my birthday, I went to jail for something. I'd get
Oh,
pulled
damn.
over, have a warrant for something stupid, a traffic ticket or parking
Don't
ticket
be
I didn't
fucking
pay.
st- Hey,
And
I
I'd be
can
sitting
fix
in jail
that.
on my
Don't be
birthday.
stupid.
I freaking hate my birthday.
right.
Garrison, why the fuck are you drinking it like that? Why is your handle out? Like it's like, ta-da!
Because
Like,
I'm
what is-
bougie, bitch.
Because-
got that.
He's a
He-
man of class.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
You know,
I mean, you
there's-
have your own
there's-
water machine. Oh, yes,
the wrong
pinky's
type
out.
of class there. What's going on, Lenny?
How I grabbed
What's up,
it.
Lenny?
All
What's
right.
with the question mark,
Oh,
my
yeah,
guy?
yeah, with a question mark.
Yeah, what's the question mark? Lenny's like, what?
He's like, what?
Dude, who the hell's this
Right.
jackass in the corner named Christopher?
Right.
It's like Metal Gear Solid, but it's just like, huh? Instead of
All right.
So today
let's get to our tradition.
we got a very fun topic. And there's no right answer to this. This is what makes the topic fun because there's no right answer. Basically, well, not until we get to the impossible quiz, which y'all gonna hate me again on the impossible quiz, but I'm sorry. That's the part of the book that I'm in. But for the part of the show that has to do the what if, it's going to be all speculation because none of this can come true unless Disney just does crazy shit like Disney might do. But we all know the true story, so we can't change it. But it's fun to use our imaginations to come up with these different scenarios. So this should be a lot of fun. And if you watch the show before, you know we get on tangents, and I know I'm about to get on one right here in a minute because I'm about to talk about my wonderful dog that I named Rex that's not acting too much like Rex. But as always, we come back to Star Wars. But before we get started, we have a tradition here at LightSaber Radio, something to get them outrageous juices flowing. Our form of an icebreaker, we call it the Hothbreaker, pun to Empire Strikes Back. Garrison is going to give us a crazy scenario, and then we're going to give our most outrageous response. And we want everybody in the chat to join in like always. So Garrison, drop that video spot. I just realized something.
What's up?
All of the videos that we have for each segment that we do are dope except for the news and rumors. Our news and rumors one is kind of garbage. It just says news and rumors. And has
Star
some
Wars.
freaking...
Yeah, but...
That shit is kind of just dumb. I got to make a new one. I'm going to make a new one today.
No,
Okay.
I say
so
get rid of the impossible quiz because I hate how CJ can't comment about the knee pad. Like, he can't go through an episode without
Actually, he's done pretty good the last couple
I
episodes. He
will
hasn't
do.
said nothing.
I've been fighting it so hard, but I hear Tori in the background. Knee pads in the wrong spot.
That and,
Fucking no.
that and his strange obsession with Etsy, bro. Like,
Yes, I know, and I love fucking Etsy, and I was shopping like a motherfucker on Etsy. So don't
you're a
judge
fucking
me.
woman.
No, they got cool Star Wars
kidding.
shit on there. I can buy an
All right.
actual R2D2 droid on Etsy. Don't start that with me,
Yeah, Etsy does have some dope shit if you ever get it.
All right.
man. You just have bad
Nah.
experience.
Back to my Hothbreaker.
Okay.
Okay.
Back to my Hothbreaker.
Off of
Shut your-
Etsy to the Hothbreaker.
All right.
There you go.
So I saw this on Reddit, and I'm honestly curious about it. I mentioned it in the chat.
Uh-oh.
Henry Cavill now, he's not doing anything with DC, right?
Okay.
He's not doing anything with The Witcher anymore.
That's news to me. I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
If you were in charge of casting for Star Wars, would you cast Henry Cavill then? Because he's available, and if so, where would you put him?
Ooh, that's
Okay, so I'm gonna start
Okay.
this off by saying one thing. It's Cavill, and
Is it really?
I don't
Yeah.
know.
I'm a fucking
it's
idiot.
Henry Cavill.
Cavill.
Cavill looks cooler though.
And also
I
fun
just
fact,
knew him as
fans.
Superman.
Christopher and Garrison are in the same fucking room. They're just beside each other. If you could put that together.
How could
What?
you tell?
That's
Dude,
The cow?
was it
No,
from,
I have
like-
the same exact.
Was it from the
painting
cow?
It's the
This is
cow.
Like, was it from the picture in the
Oh, it's a
background?
photo.
I'm just saying because some people might be oblivious. It might
I
be
don't
like,
know what makes you think we're in the same.
Chris is over here.
Okay, so okay, I'm not too into The Witcher. I think I've seen like one or two with my my son.
Games. Don't hate me. Don't hate
And
me.
then is he like the director of that or he the star
no,
of it?
he's
What does
the
he do?
actor.
He's
He
the
plays
star of The
Superman.
Witcher.
Yeah, I
He's
know.
the star of The
I know.
Witcher, that
Yeah,
the
he
big
does.
dude, that like the
Yeah,
Witcher
he's-
dude. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
like the
If he
white
was
hair.
in Star Wars, what would I'd have him be a Sith Lord.
Yeah.
Bane, right?
He would definitely be a Sith Lord.
He could be a smuggler
Bro,
too. You
shave his head, make him Bane.
He could be a smuggler.
Oh, that would
or
be
he could
good.
be ooh, that's not a bad idea, actually.
I think he could be a great Bane. What's the chat? Yeah, Cast
I-
agrees with me. Bane. Infected says Bane.
I found out that
would
Mr.
be
Chris
great,
Evans isn't doing anything acting wise right now, and he's starting to look like Agent Callus. He's growing his hair out.
Yeah, they
Ooh, I can
were
see
showing
Chris
pictures of
Evans.
that. Didn't you
No,
post something
Agent
on that on our
Yes,
Instagram?
yes, I
Agent Callus.
did.
Agent
Yeah.
Callus. He's,
He kind of looks like him.
Sorry, so everyone knows my Star Wars. I've seen all the films. I've seen some episodes from some shows. I know more about the lore. I watch a bunch of YouTube videos. Oh, that dude.
Chris
yeah.
Evans could be
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, he could definitely be because
Mhm.
He looks like him. I'm just saying.
Hey,
Is
but
that
I don't know.
on
That
Rebels?
dude could probably, this dude, whatever the dude we're talking about, Henry. I think, I don't know, his acting. From what I've seen him in The Witcher, I don't know. He might be able to play a Revan. He could play a Revan.
He played Superman.
I don't
Only
know
one
about
man
that.
plays Revan, Kyle.
Yeah, I don't know.
But they're
Don't
never going to be
fuck
able to
with me.
cast Keanu. So if you was going to go with a backup, he would play a good Revan. I don't know. I think he
there's
might
no
be
such
too
thing.
big to be
You
Revan.
either give me Keanu Reeves or nobody at
Oh,
all.
Hey, Keanu Reeves would
I
be
agree.
awesome,
It's either
bro.
Keanu Reeves or you don't
Or
touch
nobody.
Revan.
I don't think he's gonna do it. I don't know.
I
He
think
just
he will.
old.
Honestly, I
He
could
could
see.
do the thing is his age now. I feel like he could do the Revan book where it's like after everything and he's going back, but you couldn't do like him turning bad and everything.
Are you
up.
really knocking the great Keanu Reeves and his death to go back? Like they could de-age him and he could do at least one previous movie.
man, I don't know
Hold
about
on, let me-
de-aging,
that
man.
de-aging shit?
Yeah,
it
yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
look the same.
Well, hold on. Getting back to Cavill,
And
like
Keanu
or
looks-
Cavill, whatever it is.
he is too big for Revan.
I
Thank you,
agree.
Defective.
But I like Lenny's talking about like the best looking solo. I think we could put Cavill in like a hero role too. Like we're talking about a
I see
villain,
it.
but because he's got a charisma to him. Like I don't
What kind of
know.
hero.
I mean,
I
he
don't
did
know.
play
It's smuggler.
Superman.
Smuggler.
You
I would
know?
He
Oh my
did
God,
play
Han Solo.
Superman, like the hero guy of all
Yeah,
time.
yeah,
so that's
exactly. I mean, he played a pretty edgy Superman. Let's be real, but
Yeah, I know. He snaps Zod's
As
neck.
edgy
probably-
as Superman can be.
that's probably more Snyder than Cavill.
Henry's way too big for Thrawn.
Yeah, Thrawn is kind of skinny.
Henry would have to lose.
Henry's
I know,
fucking
become a
jacked
crackhead.
for Thrawn.
I mean, that might be cool for Thrawn, though. I don't know.
What, make Thrawn 6'6", 280 and like 2%
He's
body
like-
fat?
He's
He's
like,
like,
I don't need to use
"Bring
force
me
powers, I use
Ezra."
force
Get out of
ability."
here. Henry Cavill is or Cavill. Fuck me.
I know this is gonna trip us up now.
6'2", like 230. I'm guessing as a Superman role.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know how tall he is. I know he looks big in the damn
Actually-
show though. In Watcher, he looks like a big ass dude when he's fighting all them damn things. He looks like a pretty big dude. I don't know.
I would like to see him as a new character, honestly.
Oh, dude, he
Like-
was-
Yeah, new
Tiny.
character.
yeah, like if he showed up in a show or something, or
Like-
or like a spin-off movie. I don't know if they're making more of those.
Like put him in the Mandalorian as like the big dope ass bad Mandalorian dude, like then Mandalorian enforcer.
yeah, have him
And,
take off his
and
helmet,
make him
like he's
beat up
another
on the
one.
regular Mando for about 2
Watch
episodes.
them bring him in and shave his head and make him Wrecker just to be assholes.
Hey, he could play a wrecker. He could
He's
play a
just a
wrecker.
stormtrooper.
No,
in live,
dude,
in
I'm
live, in live
just
action,
saying,
he could play a
As
wrecker.
much
He's
as
big
I
enough.
hate myself, I think The Rock should be Wrecker.
the,
The Rock.
No, he's ruining franchises.
the Rock is everywhere.
I
Eventually,
he might as well be in
hate
Star
myself.
Wars.
I hate myself.
I would
for
have like,
saying
nah,
it,
you know who
dude.
I would get to play Wrecker if there was somebody to play Wrecker? What's that one? What's that big bald dude that's in WCW? He's real big and bald.
I don't know.
John Cena.
Oh, John-
No, it's not John Cena.
The
No,
Big
that's what I'm
Show.
saying. He has like
No, not the Big Show.
he's like a
The guy from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Dave Bautista.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's talking about.
He can
Batista.
play
No,
Wrecker.
he could
Not
be.
all,
Yeah,
though.
he could
Or
totally be
what's the other dude with the little blonde hair? He got the little he got the tattoos. He's
Are you
real.
talking about Umaga?
Oh,
I don't know wrestlers at all, so
I don't know
I just
wrestling
know
either. I'm
John
just making up
Cena.
yeah,
shit.
I know The Rock. That's about it. It's John Cena.
And his name is. Sorry.
You know who could play the Rock? Who would play a good
Okay.
Rock?
I think the right answer for Henry Cavill.
Steve Austin.
Cavill,
Steve
fuck
Austin
me.
could play the Rock.
Mr. Henry.
The only one for Mr.
He could play a
Henry,
good Rock. He got that
Bane,
attitude.
I agree. I think Bane was the best choice.
Bane.
Yeah.
Bane, or maybe like Legends Luke.
Legends, Luke.
Because
Luke was still
Legends
small
Luke,
legends.
Legends Luke is a different person. I swear.
Although he did play like the villain, the like Sith Lord character would be cool too, because he did play a pretty good villain in Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
I'd like to see a Sith Lord beat up a Jedi with just their fists,
Yeah, like,
force fists.
Do you
That'd
know
be cool.
Like Darth Bane is supposed to look like.
Lenny said loosen.
I think so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, that's just crazy. Oh, so we all agree that he should be a bad guy, right?
Like
Yeah, I mean, I'm cool with either. But oh yeah, that would be perfect.
Garrison's on 2 screens. That threw me off.
Because Bane's ripped.
You should have seen earlier before I had to move their chairs. I was like, this is freaky. Like, why y'all on 2 screens? Like, I'm seeing 4 of y'all.
Dude, Chris says the Mountain from Game of Thrones is the only one who can play Wrecker in my mind.
But you
No,
can't
Wrecker's a
understand
cute
him.
character, not a terrifying. Like,
Yeah, that and you
Beast
can't
of a man.
understand the guy who put the mountain. Like you hear him
we're trying to
talking, you can't
entertain the
understand
kids,
it.
not scar them for life. The Mountain is terrifying.
Oh my god.
I mean, Jason Momoa wouldn't be a bad wrecker,
I can see that.
especially since they're shit canning all the like DC stuff now.
But,
I think
but
it's
have
like-
you seen Jason Momoa like
Who would play a
without
good?
a beard and hair? Like,
Okay.
that's a different guy.
Yeah, that I
that's
don't know.
true.
That would look kind
I
of
mean,
weird.
DC.
Who
Yeah, I don't
who
know.
do you got?
You guys
If you
would
guys
be-
could fan
no,
cast somebody
those movies.
for live action to play Crosshair, who would you get?
Jason Statham.
Which one's Jason Statham?
He's
Jason Statham's too old.
the transporter, right? And he's
Yeah.
Transporter.
Oh,
Expendables.
Ooh.
He's Australian.
yeah,
He's got
I
like
know what you're talking about.
I'm Jason Statham. Here's my action line. I don't know. That's
Like
my
the typical
impersonation of Nick
badass bad guy. Yeah.
here. But he's like, is he from Australia or is he from? Where's he
I
from?
think he's from England.
He's from
England. I'm
England.
so off. Oh my god.
What's going on, Brody? How you doing today?
I don't know. I couldn't see it.
I don't know. I get what's his face
He's
to
not
do to play
creepy enough.
Bond.
He's not creepy enough.
I get to do to play
Oh, you
Bond.
think Daniel Craig?
Daniel Craig was already in Star Wars. He played a stormtrooper.
Yeah,
in the
that's
Force
true.
Awakens.
Yeah, you can't bring him back. Sorry.
He's already been.
Why? They brought back what's his face? He played Snoke.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Hey, man. He's played like 4 different roles in Star Wars. The man does not give a shit. He's like, whatever you want to throw me in, I'll play it. You want to put
I'll
makeup
do
on
it.
me? Cool, I'll put makeup on. You want to put me in a CGI suit? Okay.
I'll
Like,
be
the man
slave
didn't
player.
have-
That's fine by
I
me.
think
He's got so much range, it's not even funny. Like, you could make him like 60 characters and people would be like, oh, look, it's what's his nut. And you only see him once. And little do you know, he's like 16 places at once in that one room. So,
Yeah, we talking about
Eddie Murphy.
Crosshair,
He's
Lenny.
just like Eddie Murphy.
yeah, that's
Dude.
Eddie
Willem
Murphy
Dafoe
also
would
puts
be a
on
good
the fat
Crosshair.
suit and commits
little
to that
old, but-
role.
Wait, Willem Dafoe. What about Willem Dafoe?
If Willem Dafoe was younger, he could play Crosshair.
Willem Dafoe
Yeah,
could
he
play
has
anything,
that
I would
creepy
watch it.
vibe coming off.
Willem
him.
Dafoe could just be in a room by himself for 2 hours, and that could be
That's
it.
true.
Well, that's actually a movie. I just realized
Is
that.
it?
Yeah. What's it called? I forgot. It's like an indie movie coming out with Willem Dafoe, and he's like locked in a penthouse with nothing.
I saw The
He has to, like,
Hunter
survive.
with Willem Dafoe, and the whole movie's basically him hunting down a Tasmanian tiger. And
What?
it was the most badass movie I've ever seen.
That really?
Willem Dafoe is a solid choice.
I love the
Yeah,
lighthouse.
Clint's right. Warwick Davis has played multiple roles in Star Wars.
Yep.
There's a lot of people that's played multiple roles in Star Wars. Hey, you got to go over here and be this character now because we need somebody to fill that spot and we don't have nobody. Go get that makeup on. Shit,
George
George
Lucas
Lucas
was in
has
Star
even
Wars.
played multiple characters.
Yeah. He-
Ooh, Robert Nepper would be a good crosshair.
Okay, real fast on the George Lucas thing. How conceited do you have to be to make yourself a fucking senator, though, in the movie? Like, really? You own the franchise, and you're like, you know what I want to do? I want to be in the movie. But
I wanna
I'm
be a
not gonna
blue
be some
senator.
normal ass. I ain't gonna be some normal ass person in this movie. I'm gonna be a fucking senator,
I need to
and I'm
be
gonna make my daughter
elite.
a senator too. Like, that's pretty conceited, man.
Oh,
like-
that's a
like,
good one.
I'm the
Christian
king.
Bale could play a good crosshair. The way he looked in
Ooh.
Thor.
That's
Yeah.
True, because we know Christian Bale can change his body
Like-
size to like fit the character.
That's
Yeah,
what
Which
he
is
could fit the
terrible
character.
on him, though.
That's all right, but he's an
Yeah,
actor.
that's a
That's
good
what you
point.
got.
Yeah,
That's the
what-
price you pay to
okay,
be an
That
actor.
man, the dedication of that man. How do you go from like flipping Batman to morbidly obese to Batman
anorexic.
to anorexic to
Yeah.
Batman? Like,
Well,
Yeah.
look at Matthew
Called crack
McConaughey. That's
cocaine.
a prime
That's how you do
example.
it.
It's
You
called
know?
crazy.
Like I said, look at
Anorexic
at-
Batman.
I had a cup of rice and a grape a day, and I was like, what?
like I said, look at Matthew McConaughey. He's a prime example. You know, ripped,
Yeah.
200 pounds, and then he played that meth head in freaking that one movie,
When
and he was barely breaking
Dallas.
110
Dallas.
pounds.
When was Matthew McConaughey ripped?
He was never
Dude,
really
he's
ripped,
always
but,
been
I mean,
ripped.
if you
And then
Like,
now
if
he's
it's-
just like,
He's
Like,
just not
he's-
big. He's ripped though.
He's just skinny. I wouldn't call
Yeah,
it
he's
ripped.
ripped.
Well, he does-
He's
he's
like
got
skinny swole.
muscle.
Ripped
I'm
is
kidding.
like, I'm sorry. When you say ripped, I'm thinking, you know, like
Cavill.
or something. Like,
Oh, okay.
like
Oh, you're frozen, Garrison.
Or
you just.
your internet sucks.
I just. All right, no, we're good.
no, he.
Can you hear me though?
Yeah, we can hear you for a second.
We're on the
We couldn't
same
hear you.
internet.
Yeah, his was working good. That
I
means
got
your
better
laptop
than
is just slow.
All right. Either way,
All
it
right.
is my laptop. No, 100%. He's probably right.
Well, every time you change to another screen and look something up, it just crashes and shit. And you get all choppy and
I
weird.
didn't change to another screen.
That was just
I know,
before
but then now you're using two different laptops
Right.
on the same Wi-Fi, and your laptop just is like grease monkey or something. It's just like it needs to go to grease monkey. That's what I meant to say.
Laptops worked.
All right. CJ, what is your what if scenario? Let's get to it.
No, I'm not going first. It was my idea. You fuckers go first.
Okay. I got a good one. I'll go first. All right, I got a good one.
Let's go.
What if
I gotta make
Anis-
sure mine isn't any of yours. If it is, I have to go to my list and switch it.
Okay, what if Anakin stayed on Mortis?
Ooh.
Stayed where? On.
What's more?
So
Mortis.
okay, we gotta explain. This because Chris don't know.
Okay.
So
Oh, is this the clone?
there's in the Clone Wars. There's a father, a son, and a daughter that are basically the Force. The father's like the balance of the Force, and then the son is like the dark side of the Force, and the daughter's the light side of the Force, right? So at one point, Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Ahsoka go to this planet, and they meet the father, the son, and the daughter.
Okay, no, I'm joking.
And then the
They
father
meet the Trinity.
is
Yeah,
the father
literally.
wants Anakin to stay there because he's the only one that can control
He's
the
Jesus.
the
He's
son
chosen
and the
one.
daughter
Well, yeah,
because
he
he's
doesn't
the
have a dad.
Messiah.
That's
He's the
true.
Messiah.
He was born.
so
you know,
since he could control both of them,
Birds
the
and
father
doves.
wants to retire or die or whatever he's supposed to do, and the son. And Anakin doesn't want to stay there, so he leaves. Well, the son ended up killing the daughter, or they end up killing the father, and then he escapes Mortis, and now the dark side is roaming just free in the galaxy. But if Anakin would have stayed there to be the balance of the Force, how things would have changed.
Damn, that's a good question.
So that means he is the chosen one, motherfucker. I didn't see Luke.
So
I didn't see Luke visiting the Holy
we'll get into that next week. We'll get into that next week. Hey,
like
stop it. We'll
Yahweh,
get into that
like
next week.
equivalent to-
sorry.
What's going on, Dr. Skywalker? What's going on?
What's up, Dr.
Bodie,
Skywalker? We're
I said
talking
what's
about
up to you.
Mortis.
What's up?
No, he's saying what's up to Dr. Skywalker.
okay,
Read
okay.
it, Kyle. Read it.
I just said what's good. I'm like, dude, didn't I already say what's up to Bodie? Okay.
All right, so what if Anakin stayed on Mortis? Interesting. So
I don't know.
Oh hell no! Hold on! Before we move on, Infected said I watched an interview about the mechanics where he lost so much weight he had muscle degeneration in his ass cheeks.
I didn't even
separated.
read that part. I just saw
All of you guys missed that comment.
I didn't see it.
Bro, I read
I'm
that
sorry,
like
Infected.
5 minutes ago,
I
and I was
meant-
like, that was
Why didn't you say something? You should have brought that up.
Because all y'all, I thought you had already talked about it. I don't know. I just kind of
We didn't talk about his ass cheeks separating.
I
Dude,
thought you
just
guys had
imagine.
seen it and, like,
You ain't got
in
no
your head,
muscle in
like,
your
that
butt
wasn't
cheeks. You
funny.
can't hold your shit in.
All right, so more like okay. So would that affect the Force overall? You think?
I don't
Yes,
know.
it would.
I-
It would
I'm
affect
gonna
the
be
whole
honest,
outcome.
I hated that the Clone Wars went into that shit. I thought it was dumb.
I kind of like.
I didn't like it.
God,
like
Garrison,
the
you always so
father
damn
son.
negative. That was like one of the
with
best
them.
arcs ever. I love the Mortis arc. The Mortis arc was dope.
Kyle's like, you guys don't know good.
I
Content.
thought it was like, what the fuck is this shit? What is
It was
this,
kind of
like,
weird. It was
the
like
Trinity bullshit. The father,
I know,
son,
it's
is
like-
not, like
My first instinct
It was
was, oh,
so
we're going
dumb.
full Christianity now. Here we go.
this is the thing, and that's the reason I wanted to do this one first. Is because of the fact that. Okay, I forgot what I was going to say.
Shit.
Children do not do drugs because this is what happens, or do not get MS because this is what happens.
Oh yeah, like they can prevent MS from happening. That's totally how that fucking works.
I wish I would have known about it. I would
You
have tried to
literally just
prevent
look
it.
at a kid, don't get MS. Okay, I won't.
Kyle, did you choose MS? Is that what you're saying?
Jesus.
Hey, out of all the
Sign me up.
out of all the autoimmune diseases, I take MS over the rest of them because the rest of them suck.
He's like, I like that poison better than that poison.
So the reason I chose it was because, damn man, what was I saying? The reason I chose it was because they talk about balance of the force all the time, right? So if he would have stayed there, I believe that the son would have been able to still get him to transform, and then they would have both killed the daughter, and then they would have escaped together, and then it would have been just like havoc in the universe. Because Anakin's just bad. He can't help that he still has evil in him. He's too easily manipulated. The son would have been able to manipulate him. That's my personal thought. I think that they would have just like went out and he'd have just controlled the son and had the son just kill everybody. Take out all the Jedi, take out Sidious, take out everything.
This is way before Episode 3, correct?
That's during the Clone Wars.
Yeah, it's during the Clone Wars, so it's before Episode 3.
Between 2 and 3. Well, didn't he only became evil because he was manipulated, right? Isn't that the whole thing? Like by
he was manipulated. That's what I'm saying. The son would have been able to manipulate him. This dude is the epitome of the dark side, so he would have been able to manipulate him. Come on, a fucking emo ass fucking.
He's emo.
Darth Sidious could do it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
But why would the son do it? Though? Why would the son do it?
So he could escape because he couldn't leave the planet. They were stuck on the planet.
You know what? I'm silly. I literally thought we were talking about the literal sun first. We're talking about the dark side sun because of the Holy Trinity. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I
agree
now. I get you. I think at some point he would manipulate him, especially being a child. Like Anakin probably, like, has the inclination to trust children because he wants to save them. I know that's ironic to say now.
Anakin trusts children.
I know that's ironic
but you
to
gotta
say
understand,
now.
he's not really a child. This is like a grown man. He's like he's like a couple thousand years old. The father's like shit. You gotta think he has been around forever. He is basically the embodiment. So he's basically the Jesus of the dark side. He's Satan of the dark side. He's always been. You know what I'm saying? And then you got the daughter, which is like the Jesus of the dark side, which has always been. And then the father's like the God, but you know I don't understand because they can die. So you know they're really not holy or anything like. You know, but the father's.
Wait, how can the Force fucking die then?
Listen, I know exactly what would happen.
Why does Anakin just kill them both? Be done with it.
They're
never leaving the island.
I think Anakin would kill them. And I know how he would. Here's how I got it, guys. So he'd be in the void, the Force void with them. They'll be chilling, and the son and the daughter would go, Anakin, do you want to make a sandcastle with us? Anakin just go, I hate sand. He just murder them.
Hey, that's a good what if right there. What if Anakin just killed them all because they tried to put sand on them?
No. What if
just
Anakin
killed the Force? Then they couldn't use the Force no more.
The good one. What if Anakin and Padme settled down on Naboo? And Luke and Leia want to build sandcastles. Is really what I'm thinking now. And he's just like, ah!
You want to build a sandcastle, Dad?
Put the shovel down. Put it down.
Get away from the beach.
Dude, but this is the thing. I didn't ever get that arc anyway, because if you really think about it, doesn't Anakin, the daughter dies and the father dies, right?
I don't know.
Yeah,
so wouldn't the balance and the light side die? That means there's only dark side left. So that means all the Jedi, all the people that use the light side just screwed at this point. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't understand these guys. Like
it was telling the future. If you watch the episode and paid attention closely, it literally the father and the daughter dying and the dark side rising. Think about it. All the fucking Jedi die, and Sidious raises up in power.
No, it wasn't a dream. It wasn't
a dream. Mortis was a real fucking thing in the show.
But like, if it's
did
telling
you smoke
the future,
before the show?
It reminds me.
No.
Do you remember that? Do you remember that Samurai Jack?
Yes.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't. But
you haven't seen a Mortis Arc?
No.
Then how do you say you don't like it and you never even watched it?
Because the idea of like, what is this Trinity bullshit? I thought that was stupid, so I skipped it.
He said, "Fuck this."
It's a great arc. How do you skip that arc?
You got to go back and watch it.
You have to watch it.
You're in Star Wars punishment.
Fucking mute him, Kyle.
Fuck. I have just as much power as he does.
See, that's how the
What?
show goes. That's how the show goes.
We didn't hear any of that. We muted you. Sorry.
Me and Garrison got control of the microphones and everything, and CJ's the balance in between us both.
So
You fucking muted me. We gave him power and he's abusing it. Look at it's another Anakin rising up.
All right.
I still don't get this. How? Okay. So when Anakin tried to stab the father with the lightsaber, remember he just put his hand up and the lightsaber just disappeared in his hand.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, how is that
Why
possible?
did Anakin try to kill the dad? What did the dad do?
He didn't know what was going on. Anakin didn't know what was going on, and the dad was talking to him, and Anakin fight first, ask questions later, and just tries to stab him, and the dude's like, yeah, that ain't gonna work. You're not getting away with that shit. That ain't gonna work. I am the Force, you idiot. You know what I'm saying?
You can do that.
You don't have that capability. And then he stuck him in the thing, and the son came in there and started making him
not
have
that guy,
nightmares
Anakin.
about his mom and shit, and his mom was telling him he couldn't save him. It was a real dark arc. That shit was crazy. And then Ahsoka turns to the dark side, and then yeah, it's crazy. You gotta go watch it. I can't believe you haven't watched the Mortis Arc. It's like one of the best arcs in Clone Wars.
What episode season
I need to
is
get
it?
better at it. I apologize. It's just cartoons, man.
I know you don't like cartoons.
No, it is not just cartoons. I am not letting that shit slide, Kyle. Damn you.
No, but that's what he
Good
always
sport.
says. It's not just cartoons because it's definitely that shit shouldn't even be allowed for children to watch that shit.
No,
Really,
this
that
is
should be like
adult
rated R.
entertainment at
There's
this
some
point.
crazy shit going on in Clone Wars that just should not been. Certain children shouldn't be seeing that shit.
But
That's them
This
children
is
grow
one
up and go.
sex scene
Like,
away from being
You
PG-13.
get caught in seasons 1
Hey.
through 4, and seasons 1 through 4 are very little kid.
Yeah, season 1 through 4.
It doesn't.
No, the
start
Mortis Arc
really,
is in
like-
3.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 1 through
Really?
3. You
Yeah,
get the
Mortis
Mortis
Arc
Arc
is in
and then
3.
shit just escalates from there.
Hmm.
It gets
3.
dark
Okay.
and gritty. Like I said, it's one sex scene away from being a PG-13 show.
Nah, I
Like,
think
it
it's
is-
I think it's rated R now. There's some
Sex
stuff that happened in there, like when Anakin gets a cutnip, just
watching
massacring
sex
people, and
I mean, I remember because
I've
I've
never
seen a
seen
few episodes throughout the series. Like, I remember seeing the last one because I was curious to
The
see
last
how
one.
it connects. Scam.
Yeah, that's
There's
weird.
some.
It's just the early seasons. Maybe that's why I haven't seen it because I literally skipped seasons 1
But
through
you
4.
need the light for the dark. At the
Well,
end.
the
The
thing
only
is, like,
one-
season 1 and 2 are fucking irrelevant. Like it's
Oh,
nothing
I
but
hated
story. It's nothing but story building and character building.
little
3,
kids. It's
4,
little
5, 6, and 7 is nothing but arcs. It is
But you
nothing
need
but
1 and 2 to
beautiful arcs.
understand, like to really understand the characters and like what they're really going through.
1 and 2 are just so hard to get through. Dude.
They are hard to get through. They are hard to
this
get
is
through. I'm not gonna
parallel
lie,
to
they're
prequels
very
a
tough
little
to
bit.
get through. But you need them to
I
understand
could
what's
watch
going on in the rest of
all
them.
day long.
Well, that's because it's.
Okay,
Oh yeah. Okay. Here's my what if. What if Jar Jar Binks was a Sith Lord?
I knew it.
Episode.
Oh really? Never mind. Yeah. No, we don't actually have to talk about. That's just a joke.
hey, we all agreed that we did think he was a Sith Lord.
Oh, yeah.
No,
We
you
think-
did. I was
Could
still.
you imagine in episode 9 if at the end like Palpatine like did a Scooby Doo and like his skin came off and it was Jar Jar? That would have ruled.
Yeah, that would have been a better. It would have been a better
It
outcome
would've been
than what
better
they
if
did in the
somehow
movie.
Palpatine returned.
Daddy literally say that in the movie. Somehow Palpatine's alive. Oh my goodness.
All right.
All right.
On to the next one. Who got the next one?
On to a new one. All right, I got one.
Sweet.
This actually has to do with Jar Jar though, so that's fun.
Perfect. Good segue.
What if what if Jar Jar didn't go with Padme, so Palpatine couldn't get Jar Jar to grant him emergency powers? Do you think Palpatine would have just found somebody else, or do you think like, hey, that's a big wrench in my plan. Nobody wants to give me emergency powers.
I think somebody else would have done it.
No, because
Yeah.
Padme's Senate, that section of the Senate was the deciding factor for
Right.
Palpatine to rise. So if Jar Jar wouldn't have been there, Palpatine wouldn't have done it. It would have been such a big
Yeah.
wrench. It's not even funny. Literally,
still
he says,
think
"I
he
watched
would've
the
had
movie
somebody
this
else.
morning."
It would have
He
been
would have had somebody else,
I agree.
or
But
then he would have just used the Force and made somebody over there do it. He'd have just Force brain, you know what I'm saying, mind tricked their ass to saying it. All it took was one person to say it
but
and get
all
it
I'm
going.
saying is like it was getting close to the end of the war. So like if he didn't like the war was almost over. They were about to kill Grievous. Like it all started like, all right, things need to start happening or it's not going to happen. Like, yeah, if he had enough time, I'm sure he could manipulate anyone, right? But like it's coming to the end of the war. Like once the war's over, no reason to grant him emergency powers. So like it needed to happen soon rather than later.
Yeah.
Wait, are we talking
So you
about?
take Jar Jar out, and he's like, "I need this to happen like now."
Well,
So we're talking
so
about
when
episode 2, right?
Palpatine was
Episode
granted
3.
emergency
Oh.
power, it was during Attack of the Clones before
Yeah, I was about to
the
say.
war started.
Oh, was it?
So
Yeah.
You're
yeah,
right,
I
you're
watched
right,
it this
you're right.
morning.
Fellow
Right,
delegates,
my
that
bad.
whole thing.
That's fair.
I still think
so
it wouldn't have mattered. I don't think it would have mattered because even if he wasn't enacted, you know what I'm saying, emergency powers, he was still the Supreme Chancellor. He would have just done something to manipulate it where the Separatists won, and then he would have still been in charge.
Yeah,
because
I think it would have been a minor wrench.
I think he would.
The Separatists weren't trying to take over. They were just trying to separate.
Yeah, but as soon as he would have had it happen,
You
one
sound
side
like-
conquered the other. He
Yeah,
had a
let's
like
go-
Palpatine was smart. He had a fail-proof
It is.
plan.
That's what it
We're
was.
just seceding.
It's really hard. It's really hard to come up with a. It's really hard to come up with a scenario where
That's
where
all the shit we're doing.
Sidious didn't win. He set it up so he was in like a win-win situation. No matter what, he was gonna win.
You know what? I think to piggyback off you, if he didn't get what's her face, Amidala to do a vote of no confidence.
That's true.
That
Like, we're
would've
talking
been a
episode
wrench.
1.
Yeah, that would have been a big wrench in his plans
Yeah.
because he had no power then.
Because he like manipulated
power,
Padme
right.
to vote of no confidence. So
He manipulated. Man, that's Sidious's dark side power. Like that. You know how like every Jedi has like a special ability.
What I'm hearing
every
is like,
Sith
fuck
has
Jar
a
Jar,
special.
He would have done it anyways.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
Jar Jar's
I don't
kind
think
of
anything
like
would have changed because Palpatine, he was in a win-win situation. He was gonna win regardless. He had it set up. He had that shit planned out ever since Bane. They've been planning this shit out.
Yeah, that's true.
Through all the Sith Lords since Bane, they've been planning this shit out. He was in a position. Well, actually, Plagueis put him in the position where he could do that. Then he killed Plagueis and just
Kyle,
did
you
it
make a
himself.
great point because if he would have not got that Amidala on his side, he would have just terrorized another planet and started level because he had Darth Maul with him. Like he had so many things on his side. So I agree. That's why it's the Phantom Menace.
Like he's like, dude, Palpatine would just like. Palpatine and Plagueis was just the masters of manipulation. So they were going to win regardless. And then Palpatine knew what was going to happen. The plan was already laid out, so he killed Plagueis and just did the plan. And then no matter what, he was going to win. But this is one thing that I didn't ever get. If Sidious was so good at seeing the future and shit like that, like he says, then how did he see that he was going to lose and he figured out a different plan so he didn't lose? Like, he knew he was going to lose in the end.
That's a really good question. Yeah. Like, well, maybe he didn't expect Vader to, like, I guess, love his son. I mean, I guess he didn't expect Vader to ever. Well, I mean, it makes sense because Vader was a genocidal maniac, basically, for however long the Empire was in power, with decades, I think, right? So...
Wow.
Yeah, if I was Palpatine, I wouldn't expect him to care about his kid.
All right, what you got, CJ? What's your what if?
Oh, does Chris got one?
Chris, you got one?
I actually thought of one. While we were talking about the last scenario, I was thinking, what if cloning technology like didn't work? Right? Like, what if like he ordered the cloning tech and it fucked like all the clothes that got produced
like Camino got fucked.
Yeah, like I don't know. Like I don't know.
What if the
What if they,
Republic
like,
didn't have clothes?
Like the colognes basically came out like a little bit like, you know, not all there.
Special ed. They're all special need clones.
I didn't want to say
They rode the little space shuttle.
No, that's a bad badge.
Instead of
That's a terrible thing to say.
What's up, J-Dog?
I don't know. That's kind of cool.
It's
Like, what would they have done?
the robot.
Like, I don't like. It's kind of hard to even speculate on that because it's like, dude, then there wouldn't have been no war.
Now that's a
Because
wrench in Palpatine's plans.
there ain't no there ain't enough Jedis to fight off all the battle droids.
I think this is. I was watching Rick and Morty last night. That's probably why my brain's there. Let's see. CJ, you throw one out. I'll think of a better one.
Well, I'm gonna piggyback off the clone scenario. What if Order 66 didn't activate in the clones?
Okay, that's a better
So
idea.
Palpatine pops off and says Order 66,
Right.
and it doesn't work.
So are you talking like the chip doesn't work?
Yeah,
Or
let's
you
say the
saying
chip.
all the clones like just decide to not follow it.
Well, what
because
we're
if
seeing,
the
what we
chip-
saw in
if-
the Bad Batch with Cody,
Right.
he saw that he made a. We saw this in this last episode. It was, hey, I made a peaceful solution. We don't have to kill her, and then Crosshair just murks this bitch, and then Crosshair talks to Rampart and like Cody's missing. Well, you're seeing that chip is wearing off. What if that chip didn't even activate? Like what kind of wrench would that be in Palpatine's plan? Because think about it. At that point, Grievous is dead. Dooku's dead. He's got nobody to run his separatist army except for droids running droids.
I think he would just hire new people.
No.
No.
I think
so. Sidious will figure it out.
If it's purely the chips, like the chips don't work, I still think a lot of clones would still follow orders anyway.
I agree.
Because let's be honest, like if you're in the military and the president of the United States, who's been granted emergency power, so kind of right now he's your fucking king, is telling you, hey, this general's now a traitor and you need to arrest him / kill him, you're probably going to do it.
I don't think
clones are going to do it.
I don't know because
it won't be to the extent. It won't be like
all of them.
It won't be like wipe out the Jedi.
No,
but it's gonna work. I
figured you'd lose a few Jedi in that instance because some are to the book. But you got to think. I don't think the 501st would.
This is interesting though, because if you have some surviving Jedi, multiple Jedi would probably go after Anakin and Sidious. Yeah. So there's potential.
Well, that's the thing. Or let's even say with this, like what I'm saying here is like you activate Order 66, it doesn't work except for a few clones take on, and they're like, oh shit, that's the rule. Rules are rules. They got to do it. But you got the whole 501st. They're not charging the temple, so the 501st listens to Anakin and Ahsoka because the 501st split into the 332nd.
And who led the 501st into the temple?
Hold on.
But that was with the chips in play.
Yeah, that was with the chips in play. But the 501st was such. If you listen to anything about the 501st, they were so individually minded and like to themselves. You have more clones in the 501st with their own personalities, their own tattoos, their own nicknames, all that. They're not going to do that. They're not going to turn and look at a Jedi who they've been fighting with for the last 3 years and murk him because Chancellor Palpatine, who you've heard is a corrupt politician, who you've heard all these things about the Senate because you're with Anakin Skywalker, who's dealing with the Senate on top of dealing with the Jedi Order. You're not going to look at the Senate and be like, yeah, maybe I should listen to the Senate. Fuck that. I ain't listening to the Senate.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, it's not the Senate. Like, legally, who were they binded to? Like, they listen to Palpatine. Like, in the real world, their loyalty is supposed to lie to the country.
But you're also...
Yeah, but you got...
There's
okay,
a
wait a
chain
minute.
of command.
And right
you follow.
Yeah, but there's a reason that the country has voted emergency powers. Like, I think you're underestimating how well Palpatine thought this out. Like,
thank you.
Palpatine painted the Jedis. Palpatine painted the Jedis as traitors. You know what I mean? And these
he also does physically look harmed. That is something to think about.
Though the other thing that, like, you got to also understand something too. These clones fought with the Jedi every day. Yeah. Every single day. They counted on the Jedi. They trusted the Jedi. I don't see the clones without the chip being able to kill off the Jedi. They're going to be like, man, this is bullshit. What the hell are they talking about? I fight with this guy every day.
We saw it with the Bad Batch in season 1, prime example, where Hunter, Crosshair, and Echo were like, what the hell is happening? Why did they just murk down those Jedis? Like, what's going on? And then you're seeing all this stuff, and it's like, what the hell? You know,
I think
that's a whole million clones that are now questioning this order.
Ain't at the point of Order 66, there's like 3 million clones at that point?
Yeah, and
You know what I'm hearing?
the
Honestly,
Order
what this
66
sounds like
activated chip to kill every Jedi, but now that you don't have that chip working, let's say the chip just doesn't work.
It's like what I'm hearing is you guys are describing, like, instead of this decades-long gap between the OG trilogy and the prequel trilogy, you have like an immediate shift into the original trilogy because the rebellion would start right away. You'd have like half the clones going, no, and other half going, we got to keep the system, you know.
Yeah,
so,
that's what I'm saying. It would jump into an all-out war.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's going to be as smooth a transition, but I still think Palpatine's plan is going to pay off.
Oh, I think Palpatine's got Vader on his side. I mean,
we disagree on the fact that you guys think like the clones wouldn't do that, and I'm like, dude,
a lot of them.
Let's be real life.
Okay,
if I'm in the army and the president is telling me versus some weird cult who can't even have sex is telling me, I'm sorry, I'm probably going to listen to the president, bro.
Hold on, listen to this. Did you see this clone right here? This is Cody. You seen Cody, right? Cody was so close with Obi-Wan. I don't think Obi-Wan.
He would have never shot Obi-Wan down without the thing.
No, he would have charged. He would have charged into Palpatine's office with 100 clones and taken out fucking Palpatine. Palpatine's
I don't
plan
think they would have
been
been able to take Palpatine out.
So
but
really, you have 100 clones and 4 Jedis. You have Yoda, Obi-Wan. I think Anakin would have been like, oh shit, you know, Obi-Wan's here.
Yeah.
Well,
he can help me.
Now, the dude that was trying to kill, the clone that was trying to kill Yoda, you gotta understand, they wasn't that close to Yoda. Yoda wasn't out in the field that.
That was a kiss.
Like, think about the political side of this. Like, Palpatine can easily say, oh, look, the Jedi have stolen the loyalty of the clones. Now they're trying to attempt a military coup. I guarantee normal people and people across the galaxy are going to view the Jedi now as tyrants. And so, the clones might not turn, but all the people definitely won't like the Jedi.
Well, let them.
Hold on,
and then you can literally pull. Hold on, listen.
And now the Jedi become
out.
the very thing they seek to destroy.
Tyrants. Well, and that's the thing, though. So there was cameras. So if you read into this, Sidious had to delete the camera footage out of his office when Mace attacked. So it didn't look like he didn't delete it. He altered it to make it look like the Jedi just attacked him instead of him jumping over the fucking table, screaming like a madman with his 2 lightsabers and murking them. He had to alter it to look like they attacked him. So think about it. If you had the clones behind Mace Windu, the Coruscanti Guard, the squadron that was there, you had them behind Mace, and they got the computer footage, seized Sidious. There is no way in hell the citizens are going to look at that and be like, oh, they're crazy. They're turning against the government. No, it's the government's trying to run a whole coup over their heads. Oh, the Jedi are bad. We're getting rid of the clones because they're bad, and all. It could
have went either way. It could have. It really could have went either way. I don't think the clones would have turned on the Jedi. They were too close to the Jedi.
Oh yeah, especially the 501st. Like, you think the 501st fought along Obi-Wan and Yoda for so long.
And you got to remember that Anakin didn't turn until after. Well, it was before he activated Order 66. So
right before. It was right at the same time.
He would already been Vader by that point. So the 501st might have followed Anakin into the thing, but they would have got. I don't think that they would have, because it would have been way more Jedi than would have been prepared.
I think,
especially since you're going to look at Vader, and Vader's going to turn to look at the 501st and say, we're killing every Jedi. You really think 1,000 clones are going to agree with going into a temple and shooting children? No, they're not going to go in.
Crazy. What the? Have you heard of flipping fucking the Texas, the fucking
Colts?
Shit,
you make a good point.
You know what I mean? Like, this happens all the time, bro.
Yeah.
Like, look throughout history. Romans like went through and killed all the Jews. You know what I mean? Like, we have the Holocaust. We have like discrimination against like cults is pretty real.
Let me back this up even more, because like, think about it.
Waco.
Kyle's argument,
Waco,
Kyle and Steve's argument is like the clones are so close to the Jedi, right?
Right.
That includes Anakin, and Anakin at this point is completely on his own. He's afraid his wife is going to die. That's where he's at, right? So he will do anything to save her. He will manipulate clones to say the Jedi are the evil ones. Right. Like, yeah.
Also,
absolutely.
All right, hold on, right quick. Let's get to the check, because we just been talking for a minute.
Oh, okay, we're into this.
Infected said the Separatists would have lost. Palps would have needed to find a new way to grab power. He would have probably have revealed himself and just literally refused to give up his power. Yeah. Chris says, yeah, but are clones really going to turn on the commanders that they have saved their asses many times? Chris is on our side. Yep.
Yeah.
Infected said the 501st would have stormed the temple without the chips. I don't think that they would have. I just don't see.
The 501st wouldn't have stormed.
Yeah, it wouldn't have. That's what I said.
I wouldn't have think. I don't think so either. And I appreciate Infected
but
actually being on my side.
All the clones and commanders you watch in the Clone Wars are like exceptional Jedi. Not every Jedi had a good relationship with their clones.
Oh, Clint.
Yeah, I think
I hope Clint hasn't got off yet. Tomorrow you have to come on here just like last time, 10 minutes before. We're going to do a little live pre-cap on YouTube to get the link, just like last time.
What are we watching tomorrow again?
We're watching The Phantom Menace.
I thought so.
We're going through all 12 of the movies just in order.
Really? What time are you starting that?
Chris wants to know what time.
It's 12:30 Eastern time, 11:30 Central time, 10:30.
Oh, sweet. I could probably I'll be there, I think.
Chris said that would also not be very strategic of Palps. If the order failed, he can't just come up out and say that Jesus are traitors because they revealed himself too easily. Yeah, I can see that.
Well, that's the thing. He goes up and he gets on a comm system and he says the Jedis are traitors. But you see the Jedis fighting for the Inner Republic that are actually fighting for the Republic and not the Separatists. You can't convince a whole society all of a sudden that the Jedi are bad after they've been fighting for that.
Then how did he do it?
Well, because
we literally saw him do it.
Clones.
No, he did it to the entire people.
But
it wasn't just clones; it was all of society.
But that's the thing. He also had the clones killing the Jedi because he rused the society into thinking that once you kill the Jedi off, saying, "Hey, the Jedi plotted to destroy me," but if you don't get to kill all the Jedi and the Jedi don't get to speak out and defend themselves, like we saw, they didn't get to say, "Hey, guys, we didn't do that shit. He's evil. He's a Sith." They didn't. Right. Nobody got to say that. Obi-Wan
different, right. So Obi-Wan, like he's
so
not
it's gonna be a tossed up debate.
I'll be honest, like
I think it would be a civil war would start within the Republic, and it would allow the Separatists to come in and be able to conquer. So either way, Palpatine still would have won.
So I think Palpatine wins. I think it's not like elimination of all Jedi, but I think instead of like killing all the Jedi, like just go full genocide, he's gonna like have mock trials. And basically get rid of him that way. He's going to completely put out propaganda about how they've tried to like overthrow the government and they tried to kill me. And they're crazy cults that has no loyalty to the Republic and just try to kill us. Stinky. And then they'll have a bunch of mock trials and then kill the Jedi that way.
I think honestly, what I think would happen. Some of
be like North Korea.
Some of the clones. What I think would happen was some of the clones would kill their Jedi, because some of them, you got to think the Jedis are being bounced around so much, so they're not as close to their squads as somebody like Obi-Wan and Anakin that are always with their squads. So the Jedis that are close, them clones is going to be like then there's going to be like a civil war happen within the Republic, and that would allow the Republic to become weakened enough for the Separatists to be able to come in and conquer the thing, and then Palpatine still wins. I think Palpatine really had a fail-proof plan. There was like no way that he could fail at what he was doing. You know, lest the Jedi just killed him.
Anakin doesn't join him. Palpatine loses.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. But he been straight swaddling Anakin since he was a little boy. You know what I'm saying? He's been like everything has went back to, to that. So I don't think that there's, I don't know, it would be very hard.
Plan. Like Palpatine had a crafted plan. I don't think
I don't think he would have lost anyway. I just think it would have been the scenario. I think it would have been a civil war within the clones. Because then the clones is going to be like, and the clones is going to be like, you can't kill your Jedi. And then they're going to be like, no, you got to follow orders. Kind of like the same thing that's going on with the Bad Batch right now. You know, you got Crosshair. You got to follow orders, and then you got the rest of them.
He's a great example. Crosshair's chip is out. He's still following orders.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, there will always be people who are.
And I think it would just cause.
But if we go back to season 1, and you listen to him explain why he's still following orders, it gives him a purpose.
Yeah, and I think that's
it gives him a reason to keep going.
That's what I was about to say.
Bro, and let's be honest.
Right.
You were born, like, how would it feel? You were born from no parents. You were born as a clone purely to fight for this republic, of which you're not really a part of. Like, you were born, bred, your whole purpose as for being alive is to fight for this republic. And this republic has appointed Palpatine as their absolute dictator leader for the time being.
Your closest thing.
Your whole purpose is to fight for this guy.
Yeah.
You were born for this reason. I feel like it'd be very hard for a lot of people to a lot of the clones to let that go.
Yeah.
I think, that's why I said there would be like inner conflict within the thing, and it would just weaken them. You know what I'm saying? That's like
what did Jedi ever do for me? My mom's a long necked giraffe. I don't know. Like,
like we already know Jedi they aren't universally liked. Like, I think
a lot of people don't like the Jedi.
Yeah. Like, I think it'd be really easy for Palpatine to like
manipulate
the people. The people's what matters. Palpatine needs to get the people to listen to him, because then he can just say military coup. And,
well, there's also the heat of the moment. Like, think about actually being in the middle of a clone war, right? And then just being told, all right, now you got to kill the Jedi. Like, before you thought, you're probably being told all day to do crazy shit. Right. So some of them would just not even think about it, I imagine. They would just, it'd be like a muscle reflex. And after they kill him, they wouldn't even realize, oh my God, did I just kill so there's so much to think about here. This was a really good what if.
I think the chips, I think the only effect the chips had was it allowed them to, like, once Order 66 happened, it allowed them to, like, not have emotions and not start thinking about it. Right. So it allowed them to be more drastic than they normally would have. But I still don't think would stop them completely from.
No, not completely. But
I don't think it would stop them completely. Like I said, I think it would cause us like a civil conflict, like an inner conflict. And then, the separatists, you over here, you got your, I don't know. It's kind of hard to dictate that, too, because when you think about it, the clones, like, they really care about each other, that's their brothers, so to have an inner conflict within I don't see them shooting each other, and I don't know. That's a hard scenario to kind of figure out what would actually happen.
Right. Mm-hmm. I just think it's really hard. Like, it's really hard to expect that an army would rather listen to an ultra secretive loyalist cult rather than the government.
Well, you're calling the Jedi a cult. They're not.
They are a
They're
cult.
not really, though. Not in the context of the world. They're more like the Supreme Court in the context of the world. Like, because that's how the Supreme Court is. They're always talking about the law in their own little, courtroom.
Yeah, but I kind of view it as this is like a religion, because they're more worried about the Force. Like,
right, but it's a religion that you can like show. Like, people have seen Jedi lift things with their minds. Like. So it's a religion you can kind of prove in that context, in that world. Right.
That's fair.
Especially
Palpatine did a good job of like kind of showing.
A clone
I don't know. I'm just like, Palpatine did such a good job of painting the Jedi to be like this weird, like, so by the time of the Empire, Jedi were like Han Solo was like, oh, it's hooky magic. And like,
that's
people
true,
didn't like
after
Jedi.
The chips.
Yeah. So like,
people didn't like Jedi even back then because they didn't like the fact that they couldn't do the things. They were like jealous of the Jedi because they couldn't do the things that the Jedi could do.
Palpatine was able to get an entire like population across the galaxy to think this way about the Jedi. I think the clones
in a very fast time manner too. It wasn't like it took long time for people to stop caring about the Jedi. He did it like that. Over half the galaxy didn't care about the Jedi no more.
You don't change a population's view overnight like that unless like
they already have them
kind of feelings.
But
in the population.
there's a difference between killing them all, like since they all died in the actual timeline, like. It's when you don't, out of sight, out of mind, right? Like, but if some of them live,
Yeah. So I think he wouldn't kill them all like he did with the chips. Without the chips, I think it'd just be a lot more like politics.
Well,
playing,
and keep in mind,
maybe he fake trials.
He didn't kill them all. Obi-Wan survived and Luke survived, and look what happened in the end.
There was a lot of Jedis that actually survived Order 66, and that's the ones that the Inquisitors and Vader killed.
Yeah.
That just tells you how badass Vader is, because some of these Jedis that survived were like master swordsmen, and Vader just murked them like, dude. And then you got some of them that Vader just stood there and they was getting ready to fight Vader, and then stormtroopers just shot the shit out of him. Because you got to understand, if you go back to Tales, you remember that he was training Ahsoka to be able to deal with human fire, not droid fire. Droid's fire is predictable. Human fire is not. So when they're getting shot by the clones, you see that most of them didn't have a chance. Some of them was really good because they have been dealt with things like that. And see, that's backstories that I think Disney could tell that would be really, really good. Like what happened. Like when this Jedi escaped this thing, they could actually make a whole freaking trilogy off of one Jedi escaping, hiding, and, fighting all the way up to the point that they fought Vader or one of the Inquisitors or whoever. So it could be definitely... You know what I'm saying? This is a hard scenario to try to even paint a picture of what could actually happen, because there's so many different points of view of what could happen.
Interesting. Yeah, I agree. We were talking about Obi-Wan survive, or I brought up Obi-Wan survive. I would like to segue into a what if I thought of that I'm actually really curious about your opinions on. If you want to unless we have more to talk about.
No. Go ahead.
Okay, cool. What do you think would have happened if Obi-Wan told Luke the truth from the beginning in episode 4?
Oh, like about Vader.
About Vader. Like if he told him exactly what happened, like I killed your dad or I didn't kill your dad. Your dad survived and became Darth Vader.
Like told him the actual story. I had to fight your dad and I cut off his arm and legs and it caught him on fire.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I think that shit would have scarred the shit out of. He'd have been like, "What? Vader's my dad? Oh, what the?" I don't think it would have changed his idea, because Luke had just a good heart. He had a good heart in the beginning, and then I don't know that old creepy dude that he turned into.
Right, the Rain Johnson.
But I don't think it would have changed too much. I think he might have tried to work harder on getting his dad to, come back to the light side sooner. I think he would have contacted his dad sooner. But I don't think it would have really changed the outcome of the show or of the movies too much, because Vader just being Vader, he can be like, I'm not going back. I'm like the leader of the whole galaxy. What are you talking about? I'm second in command of the entire galaxy. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I don't think it would have changed Luke too much. I think he might have practiced harder. I think he might have listened to Luke harder. I mean to Yoda harder, and listened to Obi-Wan.
I agree. That's what I was thinking.
I think he would have trained better, to find out that your dad, which is Anakin Skywalker, that was like the most powerful Jedi ever. You're gonna have to fight this dude. You're gonna have more training. I don't think he would have been as concerned with his friends and stuff. I think he would have got the concept of, I have to be extra good to be able to beat my father. So I need to learn everything. And I think he would open himself up more to the Force and just been more acceptable to learn.
Interesting. So it sounds like you think it would have been better for Luke. Obviously, it's always better to know. Well,
overtraining can also be a bad thing. I think the amount of training that he had, which allowed the dark side, him to allow to use his emotion and be able to tap into the dark side a little bit, was what gave him the strength to beat Vader.
That's true.
Well, I think the fact that Vader was his father allowed him to tap into that dark side while still having self-control. Because he is his father's kid. Like Anakin, when he taps dark side, he goes pretty dark. Mm-hmm. But we see Luke, he beats Vader and is about to go full dark, but he stops. And so I think the fact that I don't know, it kind of gave Luke another I'm fighting Vader, but I also don't want to kill Vader because he's my father. So he was able to tap into the dark side while still having that restraint because Vader's his dad. So I think it might have helped him. That's a good point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you also got to think he allowed. It wasn't his lightsaber skills that was able to beat Vader. It was his ability to tap into the Force and let the Force guide him.
Right.
Even though it was the dark side, because he tapped into his emotions and let that dark side kind of that rage rush in, and he was able to beat his dad. But he was still being controlled by the Force. Now, if you're overtrained in lightsaber, then you kind of rely on that. And Vader is one of the best. So I don't think he would have been able, if he had more training, I don't think he would have been able to do the same thing. Right. Which, it's kind of hard to tell. We don't know how it would have went out. I don't think, and also you got to really think of it, did Vader really want to kill him? Because, if Vader really wanted to kill him when he jumped off the thing, Vader could have just caught him with the Force and just, Vader didn't want his son to die. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think Vader fought as hard as he would have.
I was thinking that just now, actually. Yeah, I agree with you.
I don't think Vader fought as hard as if he wanted to. Like he was trying to get Luke to turn to the dark side. I don't think he was trying to kill Luke. Because
it's
listen
not that
to
it
what
was
he
made
said.
in the 80s. It's that he was.
Because what does he say? He was like, well, maybe I can get your sister to turn to the dark side.
True, yeah.
That's what caused Luke to go into the rage. He was trying to get him to activate that dark side in him to get him to convert. Right. He wasn't really, I don't think Vader was ever trying to kill Luke. I don't think he wanted to kill Luke.
Toying with him a bit.
No, he wanted him on his side, so he had a son, so he felt like he had.
But I think Luke did, Vader wasn't trying to kill Luke, but Vader also wasn't trying to get his ass kicked, and he got his ass kicked. So,
well, I
get what you're saying.
Yeah, it's just you gotta think about it. Even if your dad is a dick, still your dad. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like I know a lot of people that grew up without their dads, and then they met their dad and punched them in the face. But they didn't, walk up to him and shoot him. You know what I'm saying? That shit don't happen very often. They punch him in the face and tell him, piece of shit, you wasn't there for me. You know what I'm saying? And then they might or might not, have a relationship afterwards. Most of the time it's probably not because, now you don't mess with a man's pride. But I don't think Anakin ever fully went to the dark side in the first place. I think he did what he was told. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have anything to lose at that point. He done lost his kid. He done lost Padme. He done lost everything. So it's like, dude, might as well go full dark side. But there was always that spot of goodness in there. And I think that's one of Luke's greatest strength is being able to sense that, which didn't make any sense when he tried to kill his nephew that we talked about on the last episode. But I think
exactly.
Luke,
I've ranted about that too with other people. And
it's just
ridiculous.
It's just that I think that Anakin, once he's seen I have a son, you know what I'm saying, it just caused that light to come out even more, and he didn't want to kill his son. And then that's why he got mad when Palpatine was killing him and picked his ass up and threw him down that thing, which I don't know how he survived that shit. But,
right,
or the clone of him or whatever,
God damn it.
Let alone the dagger that knew the location of the planet and the ruins of a Death Star.
The dagger of a map of another map of the location of a key that will tell you where the...
My God.
Star Wars team leader said the Jedi were a baby-stealing cult. Yes, but Luke did want to join the Empire at the beginning.
That's true.
I think Luke just wanted to get off of. He just didn't want to be a damn.
Dude, Luke was a dumb
farmer.
kid. He didn't give a shit.
Yeah, I don't know.
He was purely looking for adventure. He was not a good guy at the beginning.
No. Yeah, he just wanted to get off that planet, man.
Yeah,
I just don't see
the right side.
I just don't see a long career in farming water out of the desert. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I honestly feel like Luke kind of just stumbled into the good guys. He just stumbled into the rebellion.
Obi-Wan
he would have joined the Empire.
Obi-Wan wouldn't have gave up his entire life and lived in a cave if he thought Luke didn't have a chance to stumble with his dad.
Yeah. And honestly, Obi-Wan could have told him. Obi-Wan could have told him, all that stuff, and then he might have went and joined the dark side. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to go be with my pops. He whooped your ass anyway.
He beat your ass.
Honestly, think about it, right? You find out what if he told Luke the truth, right? You find out your dad is Darth Vader, and then the clones kill your aunt and uncle.
Yeah, if they would have been smart, if Vader knew from the beginning and the clones knew, oh shit, Luke, if they would have known, in any way, They don't kill the aunt and uncle. They take the aunt and uncle, give them a bunch of money.
By the way,
I swear they could have gotten Luke.
I just want to say it's very funny that clones killed her aunt and uncle, but an Inquisitor could not kill the aunt and uncle.
It wasn't even clones.
The stormtroopers.
It wasn't even clones. They were
Sorry, we were
stormtroopers.
talking about clones. I meant to say
The stormtroopers killed the aunt and uncle, but an Inquisitor with a
yeah, the
lightsaber.
stormtrooper was like, no problem, but a lightsaber wielding Inquisitor.
Yeah, but you gotta also understand that at the point that the Inquisitor tried to kill him, they was young. They was pretty old when
They
you know
were
what I'm saying, the
more
stormtroopers. they didn't have it in them no more. Damn,
Halfway,
CJ just left for the whole episode, huh? Where
know,
you?
dude.
There you go. I want to know his thoughts on this.
I have one. I actually
cool.
have another one. Is that cool?
All right, go ahead.
Okay, what if Obi-Wan either A, never went to fight Anakin, or lost the fight? If he lost the fight, it's different. I say, like, if Obi-Wan never went to fight Anakin and just went into hiding, what would be different?
Ooh, well, Darth Vader would look a lot better.
Oh, I think Anakin joins Sidious, but then like after the Empire's kind of established and Sidious teaches him, I think Anakin turns on Sidious, kills Sidious, and is now like
I totally
Emperor.
see
Calling
that.
the
I mean, he
shots.
talked about doing that with
Right.
Padme.
right, and then he finds, I think, because that suit hindered him quite a bit.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Like without the suit and
he's dead.
with time, I think he's clapping Palpatine
yeah,
because he's reaching full potential, most powerful Sith ever.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, he's had training
I'm
in the
like,
dark.
he's
and the
he's
light.
probably gonna find Luke, bring Luke into the Empire. Like
Well, no,
think
because if
that
Obi-Wan
he
doesn't ever come, I think Anakin don't ever stop choking.
Oh, that's right, Anakin. No, but Anakin would probably save the kids himself. Think about it.
Well, okay, wait a minute. Think about it like
Fights
this.
with
Think
her.
about it like this.
Think about he has that fight with Padme, and then he goes, "Oh shit," because Obi-Wan's not there. He wouldn't even fight with Padme. Obi-Wan wasn't there.
Yeah, that's true because
Oh,
he didn't
yeah.
start choking
He didn't
her until
choke
after
her.
he seen Obi-Wan.
Bro, he's like,
Interesting.
so yeah,
Oh.
Padme might not be on board with the whole Emperor thing, but he's basically going to take her as a prisoner at least, and
Yeah.
raise the kids. And bro, Anakin is taking it to the moon. He is
The way
in
you're
charge.
talking about this, Garrison,
It wouldn't be the rise of Skywalker, but it would have been him rising to power.
Yeah, the
Him and
rise of
him
the
and his
Sith
two kids.
Skywalker,
Yeah, dude.
Him and his two kids and his mind manipulation of
That is like
Padme.
an empire that lasts forever. Like
Oh man.
Like yeah,
Anakin had it figured out, dude.
Just imagine an edgy Hayden Christensen sitting on the
Yeah,
Palpatine.
dude. Like
with his
Anakin
two
had it
with his
figured
two
out.
dark
I think
side
his eyes would become
Sith
more
kids.
yellow over time, too.
With his
Oh,
two
dude.
dark side, you know what I'm saying, Sith kids sitting on each side, the prince and princess of the Empire.
And if the thing is,
Evo,
if he
Luke,
gives
and Leia.
Palpatine enough time, he grows wise enough where he's not the Anakin that like rushes into things and is stupid. He's gotten to the point where he's smart enough where he can manage the Empire too. And
Well,
he's like,
I don't think Palpatine could beat Luke, Leia, and him
Yeah.
all together. There ain't no way Palpatine could beat all three of them.
no, I think Anakin kills Palpatine without Luke and Leia.
I would like to see that battle. That would be a good fight. The three of them against Palpatine.
Yeah, that would be
Or, on the other hand, it also depends on like. This is my other view, because if we think of Anakin as like go along with the theory that Anakin was created by Plagueis from midichlorians, because Plagueis created life, and for purely to be a host body, so that Plagueis could basically take over Anakin. And I think the same thing with Sidious. When Sidious killed Plagueis, he can no longer manipulate and create life, but he can still transfer his consciousness. So
Yeah,
maybe
essence
instead of
transfer.
Anakin killing Plagueis, or instead of Anakin killing Sidious, Sidious takes over Anakin's body. I could see that too, because I think
What a-
that was
what-
his plan from the beginning.
Yeah.
Hey, this could happen. This definitely could happen. What if Anakin tells Padme, they're standing on that little thing, Anakin tells Padme what's happening. He wants them to rule the galaxy.
Yeah.
What if she just runs and jumps over the edge and kills herself and the kids?
Oh, same story. Like he surrenders to Palpatine, like he's full Sith.
He just goes full nuts and just kills everybody
Yeah,
in the galaxy.
murders. Yeah.
Because his wife done committed suicide and killed, they would just jump right into the lava. Like, ah! You know what I'm saying? Just
That's it'd be
I don't
like
think he would let
Anakin.
that happen. He'd have caught her with the Force and made sure.
Yeah,
she
that's
came back.
true. He wouldn't have let
Oh,
it.
true.
He probably
Ain't no way he
caught
would have
her
let that shit happen.
Yeah. Yep. He would have been like.
He would have force choked her long
He
before
would've-
she killed herself.
Yeah, true. What did he say to her when he force choked her? What's
Where the hell did CJ
You
go?
turned
man?
her against
Yeah,
me.
you turned her against me.
Yeah. Oh, I think you got to think about it too. So Padme don't die, but she don't want to go with him, right? To the dark side.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
Then he's
going
pissed
down a
off and
path.
kills Palpatine because Palpatine turned Padme against him. Because now it's
But at that-
Palpatine's fault.
At that time, do you think Anakin can kill Palpatine? I don't think he's ready yet.
Yeah, I think he can.
Yeah.
He
I think
can
he
if he's in balance. I don't think he can if he's like he's not strong
I think
enough. for the
think
dark
with
side.
with
Yeah.
Anakin's power, because you got to understand, the only reason Vader never killed Palpatine is because his suit hindered him. You know what I'm saying? His suit wasn't, made to, I mean, if he killed, first off, when you're a Sith, you don't want to die. Like Jedi, they believe they go into the Force and everything's perfect and everything. Sith don't have that same belief.
Right.
So, only reason he didn't kill him because he knew his heart was connected to suit, and his heart was connected
Right.
to Palpatine. It's the only reason he never killed Palpatine. But now he don't have that, so he don't have that restriction. And Anakin is dope. Look at the way he took out Dooku.
But
You know
all
what I'm
I'm
saying?
saying, I think Anakin waits a little bit before he kills him.
I mean, it's possible, but with his
What's the
rage,
smarter move?
but he's not that smart. You got to figure he's going off of rage. You turned her against me. You know what I'm saying? That's what made him do dumb shit like when Obi-Wan had the high ground, try to jump up there and take out Obi-Wan. He's not thinking rational. He's just thinking you turned her against me. You underestimate my power. All the things that he said was all about to do with rage and raw emotion. So as soon as Padme doesn't go with him and she turns against him, he's going to blame it on Palpatine now. So he's going to try to attack Palpatine. Now, does he beat Palpatine? I don't know. Possibly.
It's possible.
But even if Palpatine kills him, you know what I'm saying, then Palpatine still has Padme and the babies, and then Luke and Leia grow up underneath the rule of Palpatine, and now they become the Emperor's hands.
Yeah, well, because they're born into it. Yeah.
It's like, being born into the Jedi. You get trained by who you're around. You know what I'm saying? You take after who you're around. And he has complete control of them at all times. Come here to Grandpa Palpy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, why does
Star Wars
Grandpa
team
look like he
leader?
got electrocuted? Why does somebody look like they cooked him?
Did you see what Star Wars team leader said? It's like, what if Luke had gone to the academy?
Yeah.
Have you seen the Robot Chicken episode? I think it plays out exactly like that.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
He joins the academy, gets kind of famous as a pilot. Darth Vader meets him. Like Skywalker, father and son.
Wow. You're promoted.
Like, as soon as he enlists Skywalker, you know what I'm saying? Oh, who's this Skywalker kid? And then
That's gonna
Palpatine,
throw
Luke,
up a flag, like-
Palpatine Vader's already on him as soon as he enlists.
He's like Skywalker.
They like roaches coming to the water. They just, we gotta get him. He's a Skywalker.
It's
There goes my
it's
son.
totally an inverse because you know how Obi-Wan is like, that's a name I haven't heard in a long
Yeah.
time. As soon as Vader finds out, he's like, that's a name
I haven't heard in a long time.
I don't know. I think it would be. I don't know. I have a hard, in all scenarios, I have a very hard time believing that Palps loses. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Palps' whole plan is just there. Like, his whole plan is he's taking over the galaxy no matter what happens. And somehow he got like a fail-proof plan.
Thousands of years in the plan.
Yeah. So, I mean, all of like,
Crazy
that's the,
plan.
Yeah.
the biggest scenario, like, the biggest scenario is, that somehow he loses. And, like, the only way I see him losing is Anakin didn't ever come to Mace Windu because Mace Windu was going to kill him. Mace Windu wasn't going to stop from killing him. Windu was going to kill him. He was like, he's too powerful to be left alive. If it wasn't for Anakin cutting off his hand, that's the only way Palps loses.
True. Well, and
That's
that's,
all
Oh,
like,
so you think Mace Windu kills Palpatine? You don't think Palpatine was getting beaten so that like Palpatine knew Anakin was going to come.
Yeah, but if Anakin didn't come,
Yeah. But Palpatine knew he would come.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, what if Anakin didn't show up? That's the only way I see Palpatine losing because he was going to die.
Because I think Palpatine was letting himself get beat. I think Palpatine would have beat Mace.
I don't think so. Mace is one of the dopest swordsmen, and he was like coming down on him when Anakin cut his hand off.
Yeah, but who knows? Like maybe.
I don't know.
You never know. I'm just kidding. We've been through some crazy
it's a
shit.
what if?
Like,
and how do we not know that he wasn't a clone?
We've seen Darth Vader stop bullets and lightsabers with his hand. I'm assuming Palpatine can do it too.
Yeah, but I don't know. Mace is pretty dope.
I just like Mace. Okay.
Well, Mace created his own lightsaber form. That's how Anakin draw from the dark side. You know what I'm saying? So I think Mace.
I'm just saying, once you start saying "what if," anything can happen.
Yeah, anything could happen. I mean, he could have definitely said, stopped the lightsaber and electrocuted his face, you know what I'm saying, and shot him out the window without Anakin. Just made it easier with Anakin. I mean, anything's possible.
Like, we haven't really seen Palpatine, like...
We don't know what type of stuff that Palpatine knows, too. You know what I'm saying? There's all kind of Sith alchemy.
Yoda could beat him, but Mace can?
That's a great point. If Yoda couldn't beat him, he probably
Mace is a better swordsman than Yoda.
But Yoda's better overall.
Yoda is a master.
Yoda's more into the Force, though, but they're both masters. Just Yoda's older. They're both basically...
Wait, so who wins in a fight, Yoda or Mace Windu?
Oh, that's a hard one.
That's what I mean. Like, I feel like objectively, Yoda's better. And if Yoda
at the Force. At the Force, like in a lightsaber battle...
So that's what I mean. Like
Mace would beat Yoda. But Force-wise, Yoda might get...
Yeah.
Yoda might get.
You're saying
Mace.
Yeah, but Palpatine, we already know. Yoda was beating Palpatine with swords. That's why Palpatine flew back and started chucking the things at him.
Infected is on Kyle's side. Infected says Mace thinks he could beat.
I think Palpatine realized he's getting beat by Mace, backs off, and then turns
Infected
it into a
says
Force
Mace
match.
would beat Yoda as well. So
I think Mace would have took because Yoda was winning.
Dependence upon the.
Yoda was winning with lightsabers.
Sure, I know.
But when it came, only reason that Palpatine won is just because he was throwing, and he had the high ground. You got to remember, Palpatine had the high ground.
That's what I'm saying.
He was throwing the shit downwards, so it's harder for you to catch something that's flying at you or to throw something upwards than it is to throw something downwards.
What stops Palpatine from doing the same thing with Mace?
Because he was already on the ground lost. All Mace had to do was come down with the lightsaber.
It's all part of his plan. No. He put himself in that position for Anakin to walk in and join him.
Yeah,
have you guys ever thought do you think Palpatine might have been using a Jedi mind trick on Mace to get him to kill him so Anakin would chop his hand off?
I mean, it sounds like Palpatine planned everything in the conceivable universe.
Because, at first he was like, "You're under arrest, my lord," you know what I'm saying? And then when Anakin comes in, all of a sudden this dude starts getting all freaking, he's like, nah, he's too powerful to be left alive. And then, do you think that Palpatine might have been getting him to do that, getting Mace to do that?
That's what I'm asking. Do you think Palpatine, let himself be put in that position? Or do you think Mace Windu was actually beating his ass?
I think he was actually beating his ass, but I think Palps also knew that Anakin was coming. I think he knew because he knew that he needed him to be left alive in order to help.
Palps knew Anakin was coming and just kept himself alive long enough for Anakin to show up.
In fact, they said the only reason Mace wasn't the Grand Master is because Yoda wouldn't die. That dude did live forever. 900. Could you imagine living 900 years?
Jesus. He's got the Jedi tenure.
That's a fair point, Infected. I disagree, but
how is Yoda not just depressed? 900 years of just
everybody that it's like being a vampire. Everybody that you know just dies, and you just live forever. You get a friend, they die. Most people only live will be a couple 100 or 200 years old in Star Wars.
He is kind of a depressed person.
Yeah, no,
prequels Yoda is kind of depressed.
He's always
and then this in the originals, he's kind of lost his mind at this point. So he's
in the originals, he's let it all go. He's I've been alive for 900 years. It's time to get crazy.
That's a
What if
long
he met
time to
Wolverine?
live. 900 years.
What if
Holy
he met
shit.
Wolverine? Hey, I know what it's like, little green guy.
That would, you know what? That would suck to live to be 900. It would, I wouldn't want to live to be 900 years old.
Fuck that. I don't even like. I'm not even in my 30s yet, and I'm like, oh god, I've been alive too long.
Palps
and
knew, but if Anakin
Infected, I
never
don't
made it,
think-
Windu would have beaten him. The first lightning was
It was definitely for
defensive.
show, though.
Yeah,
I don't know. Infected actual, like, it's okay to disagree, Garrison. That's what makes it fun. I don't know if I'm disagreeing. I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Yeah, we don't need. We're
Because, like,
we're
I don't know.
speculating.
Like, what if Palpatine? That was my what if. What if Palpatine was let himself in that position?
It's hard to. It's hard.
That's
to,
my what if.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm not saying Mace Windu didn't beat Palpatine. I'm saying what if Palpatine was letting himself get beat by Mace Windu?
Exactly.
I don't know. It's possible. But I don't know. It just seems like the way that Mace, because Mace beats him, he got him on the ground. He shoots the lightning at him and fries himself, and you know what I'm saying. But Mace at first was gonna arrest him. Then Anakin runs in. He's like, and then his like attitude changed about when like I'm about to kill this dude. It's like did Palpatine use like a mind trick on Mace to make him do that in order for Anakin to be like, no, I need him alive. You know what I'm saying?
I can see that. Because we know, because Mace Windu's like the only guy who uses that lightsaber form that is influenced by the dark side. So maybe Palpatine was pushing it just a little bit farther. I could see that.
Yeah, I mean, it would definitely go in line with his dialogue with when he talks. To
Yeah, because at first he's talking about arresting him, and then he moves into, you know what I'm saying, wanting to kill him. I always thought that. Like,
Yeah,
I wonder if he wants to. I wonder if Palpatine was like manipulating him. You know what I'm saying? To want to kill him, like putting dark thoughts in his head or some shit. I always thought that.
It's just, what would his thoughts be? What would it be like?
All right. Well, I don't think
Purple's
CJ's coming
a
back
bad
anytime
color.
soon.
Kill me, I'm a racist.
I don't.
You're inferior.
I don't know what happened to CJ. CJ has left the building. So
Yeah, CJ's gone.
CJ sent a
Boo.
text. He said, "Give me a second, guys. Some serious stuff is happening in the house."
Oh,
So
okay.
CJ's
Okay.
apparently.
I
busy
figured
or
it was-
where do you send that at?
something. Or he sent it in your phone number.
Oh, he sent it on the text message.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the
It was
chat.
not on Element. No.
Yeah. I'm like, dude, they ain't saying nothing. What are you talking about? Okay.
Yeah, I think just
So-
like kids or something. You know.
Yeah. So, all right, let's move on. I think that was fun. Let's move
That
on
was
to.
very fair.
very
actually. That was a great idea.
Garrison got so impassioned.
I got into that.
I have never seen you, so
This was a good idea. CJ had a good idea, y'all. This was CJ's idea to do a whole what if thing, and then he left the building.
And then he wasn't even here for it, the motherfucker. Watch, now he's gonna be like, next week we should do it again.
you come up with the idea. I get the idea.
All right, let's get to some news and rumors because there's not much.
Okay.
The ultimate news and rumors.
Okay, so one of the things that I want to bring up just for everybody, anybody that's listening to the High Republic books, I just finished the Battle of Jeddah, and I'm kind of in the middle on this. Okay, and the reason I'm in the middle on this is because it's a full cast audio drama, and it's good, but there's no narrator. So when it comes to the battle scenes, it's so hard to keep up with what's going on because there's so much different stuff is happening. And they're jumping back and forth between different characters, and it made it really hard. I'm going to say I liked it because I did, but I wouldn't rate it very high because of how confusing it was. I mean, you got bombs going off, you got people trying to talk, and they're jumping between different Jedis and different scenarios, or not scenarios, but different things that are happening within the books, and it's really confusing. Like, I had to listen to like the last couple last couple parts like multiple times to understand exactly what happened because I kept feeling like I missed something. And then plus, without a narrator, it kind of you couldn't imagine what the people look like. So the book was good, but the overall audio drama that they did for this book just kind of made it it was a little bit wonky. I think they could have done it a better way. I think they should have had a narrator, but I definitely recommend the book. So anybody that wants to listen to it, I definitely recommend listening to it. You might have to listen to it a couple times just to get an understanding of everything, but it does really break down some stuff, and it really shows some good things, especially if you want to know about them crazy ass things that can turn Jedi into stone and shit. That shit is amazing. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to learn more about who they were, and it kind of tells you a little bit more about who they were from the Phase 1 books. So they were kind of good.
Hey,
CJ's back.
If you guys didn't see the group text message on your phones, some things were popping off, and I had to handle them. So it's good now. I'm back. Sorry for missing a lot. Not really.
You didn't miss that much. I mean,
we moved on from the what if, so we feel bad.
Yeah,
but
that's fine. I mean, was it at least good?
Yes, it was good.
It was very
and,
good.
And we spent a good.
It wasn't a 40-minute monologue of Kyle telling us that his what if's better than everybody's.
There's a few 40-minute monologues.
We were popping up.
I don't know. Before the first what if episode, Kyle's what if was like, your guys' sucks. Listen to mine. And I loved it because it was like he had a really good what if. Like I couldn't come up with shit. Like listening to myself was like, what the fuck was I talking about? What is this shit?
Well,
and it was literally just sitting there like with my thumb up my ass like
Luke the truth about Vader, like how he fought his dad and everything, and his dad is Vader. And then what did we talk about?
We talked about like, did we think Palpatine let Mace Windu beat him so that Anakin could see, or was Mace Windu actually beating Palpatine's ass?
Oh no, it started though with
what if? Then we talked about
Anakin,
Obi-Wan didn't go to fight Anakin and just kind of like stayed back.
Yeah,
and how that might have worked.
And he never got the suit. He just
real quick. Hey, we need your take on Bad Batch episode 3.
8.
Oh yeah,
I give it a solid 8. We got the action. I got Cody in an episode. We saw badass reflective shooting from Crosshair like we did in season 7 of Clone Wars. It was a great nod, and it was a great episode that we didn't have to see the Bad Batch to have a good episode.
Yeah, that's what I said.
It was a solid 8 for me. I liked that.
8 out of 10.
I think I gave it an 8.5.
I haven't seen it.
I think I gave it an 8, didn't I?
Yeah, you gave it an 8. I gave it an 8.5.
I didn't. The reason why it wasn't rated higher for me is that we didn't like it wasn't. You didn't give us a scene of why or where Cody.
Like CJ's insulted that he rated it the same as me. It's like the reason it's so low is
no.
8 is high.
I'm just saying I'm trying to be a critic like you, judgmental. Is that I wanted to know where Cody went. Like that's the reason why I didn't get rated higher is that I didn't get to see where Cody went. Like, did he go to Rex? Is he reaching out? Is he just hiding so he can get in comms with Rex? Like, I want that explanation of like where he's hiding out.
I think we'll get it in the next couple episodes. I think that's the reason Rex contacts the Bad Batch to go help Cody. Yeah. That's what I think. The reason I rated it so low is because there were some wonky graphics in there, like I didn't even rate it that low, but the only two things, like when they're jumping over the wall before he shoots down the barrel of the thing, it just looked, the animation just looked wonky. And then when Crosshair is walking into Rampart's office, and dude, this shit was so terrible, it looked worse than Rebels. Like, dude, what the hell is going on with the damn, animation? Like, why is he moving like that? Like,
I can ignore that. It's just like, where's Cody hiding? Like, give me how hectic it must be for Cody in that moment. Like, just give us a hint of it. Even a hint. We got
13 more episodes coming out.
You can add more story to an episode. You don't got to make it so damn short.
They're making them all of them's 30 minutes.
Yeah, but still, you can add another minute or two and make it last.
It's 30 minutes.
Then that's the only thing is like, give us how serious, what's the severity of this issue to where Rex reaches out to the Bad Batch and they're willing to risk their neck for Cody. Like, give me the severity of the issue. Even a
And that's
hint
a
of it.
speculation. We don't know that that's going to happen. That's just
Yeah.
speculation. We don't know.
But
I'm pretty sure
want
that
a hint.
they ain't going to just put Cody in one episode. You know, they're going to bring him back in another episode. I'm pretty sure that they.
What,
Well, I hope
what
that
if
they do.
Cody dies and Rex just assumes Cody's identity because they're clones?
That's quit what ifing. We're past that. We're past that now.
All right, let's get back to
That's why
news. Who got some
Anakin-
news?
That's why Anakin could never find Rex because Rex was dead. You feel like Anakin, when he's Vader, would have been able to like sense Rex somehow, but he couldn't because Rex was dead. Cody was pretending to be Rex. Dude,
That's some hair dye bullshit that I don't want to hear.
All right. You got anything for action
Yes.
figures this week?
oh,
No, I don't have any action figures, any news on that yet. I'm still
I
waiting
got
to
news.
hear.
I love action.
I'm still waiting to hear if we're going to get a new line of Bad Batch toys or not. So
I'm pretty sure we are.
I think we will.
Yeah,
I
mean,
just
they
think it'll be
changed
after the
colors and
season.
everything.
It'll be the same suits. There's just a couple things tacked onto them and their colors changed.
Which how did you like the color change?
I don't mind it, but it's not. You know, when we met them in season 7 in the beginning, that's what made them stand out. That's what made them the Bad
Right.
Batch. Now they look like a bunch of jackasses running around with stolen armor.
Agreed.
Like
So, like, their
especially
armor
like
got
Wrecker.
worse. Like,
Yeah, it just
Mando's
like
armor
it-
got better. Theirs got worse.
yeah, it was like a complete shift in like everything. Is like Mando went from garbage armor to the best armor anyone
Right.
could ever touch, and then the clones are like, "Well, we have this great armor. Let's add some stupid shit and make it look like we're trash."
Chris brings up a good point. He says, "I bet Rex is running like an underground railroad for defective clones to remove their chips, and he needs the Bad Batch to help smuggle Cody out." I think that
I could see that.
That's a good.
I
That's
like
good
that,
theory.
Chris.
Yeah, I like that.
I think that would be a good thing. But how many clones? Like we only saw Rex in Rebels, other than like Gregor and Cody. So how many clones really got out? Like how effective was that? Obviously, it wasn't very effective because when we run into Rex, Cody, and Gregor, or no, it wasn't even Cody. It was Rex, Wolf, and Gregor. Where the fuck did Cody go?
Like I'm still trying to figure out how like
I'm excited. To see
Rex
Wolf
and Cody and Wolf and all them. I mean, I know you got to understand. So they're aging double time. Clones are aging at double the rate.
Right.
So I see why they're so old, and it's only been like 15 years. Because they're like super old by the time it gets to that point. They're pretty old. But it's like, I just don't, like, I don't know. I just don't get it. It's like some of the clones, they're all Gen 1s, ain't they? Cody, Rex, Wolf.
Rex, yeah.
Wolf's a Gen 2. Cody and Rex are Gen 1.
But Wolf
And
looked
Gregor-
older than all of them.
So they only would live for 50 years? 40 to 50 years?
Yeah, even if that, yeah.
And then Gregor's a Gen 1, but he's a commando. And they were built to last longer. So he's probably a Gen 1 first commando. So that means he's got a 75-year lifespan.
Oh, okay. That's a bit closer.
Because they're the commandos. They wanted the commandos to last longer due to the fact that they're an elite squadron of super commando droids or commando clones.
Okay.
So
interesting.
Which that's
I know a little bit too
That
much
is
about clones. My bad.
No,
No,
I love
that's
that.
dope.
I actually
That's-
think I probably think of more questions. This is great.
Yeah.
I got a piece of news. So John Williams has announced after 6 months that he said he's going to be done after this Indiana Jones movie. He said he's going to keep going.
Oh wow!
So he's going to keep writing scores.
Look at he's like I'm gonna make music till I die.
I don't like. He's still excellent. So it's like, dude, as long as your mind is working and he ain't got Alzheimer's, I mean, shit. Look, you know what I'm saying? Just
I wanna
keep going.
hear John Williams when he's a little wacky. I'm,
Yeah, bro.
I'm for it.
Even if he does get Alzheimer's, I'm down to listen. Like I would still listen to that.
I wanna
This
know
man
what
is
happened.
a genius. Even if he,
I bet you with him having Alzheimer's and like forgetting shit, I bet his beats are still going to be fire. Like, I'm not going to lie.
Just imagine he'll start making original content, new content again. It won't sound the same as the other content. It'll be all new because he don't remember the old stuff.
what if
Like
we-
he has nothing to reflect on. He's like, oh, this sounds good. Let's do this, and it'll just
like
be great.
dubstep with classical music.
That would be dope. What if he started making shit like that you hear on YouTube after somebody done remixed this shit? He starts making original shit that sounds cool like that.
He starts going back and remixing. Oh, this video is pretty good. Yeah, you made it. Oh, dude, I got some remixes for this shit.
Oh shit! I already made the remixes. Here they are.
Right? I forgot. Damn Alzheimer's. Now I have like 6 years of remixes that I can use.
Anyway, who are you again?
DJ Williams.
He's just like moseying. He's like,
DJ Johnny W coming at you.
Here I go. All right, I was born before your mother. Let's go.
Darth Vader Star Wars new black and white and red anthology is going to be released in April.
Yeah, and he's supposed to be doing some badass stuff in it.
Yeah, is it a comic?
Yeah, I think so.
It's a comic.
Marvel.
I already know exactly what you're talking about. It's a comic.
Oh yeah, it is a comic.
Marvel, right, CJ?
Marvel.
Yep, it's through Marvel.
Dude, the cover on this shit is dope. I'm about to share this shit right quick.
It's just a photo of Vader.
This shit is
It's
dope.
Vader without the helmet. That's all it is.
Well, that's
Hey, I don't care what y'all say.
Vader's
This is
pretty
dope. I'm sharing it for everybody to see. Dude, that's a dope comic cover. That shit is dope.
I gotta agree. He's got the helmet off.
It looks kind of like.
So if I look
Easy,
back
easy
at all
on
the
his
comics,
knee.
I'm not going to see this on any other comic that's not a Star Wars comic.
You
I
probably
bet you
will.
I could find this on a Daredevil one.
Probably could, but I don't care about Daredevil. We're
Or
talking
a
about
Black
Darth
Widow
Vader.
one.
Or Black Widow. I don't care about none of them. I care about
He's
Darth
getting
Vader.
hated.
That shit look good.
He's hating.
Oh,
on
I didn't
the
say
art.
it didn't. Okay, why is he on Tatooine? We all know that's a fucking lie. He wouldn't step foot on Tatooine.
How do you know that's Tatooine?
That is
Two
kind of
suns.
That's not the only planet that got two suns in the entire Star Wars galaxy.
It's
Might be
probably-
two moons. How do you know it's not two moons?
I don't know. Hold on. It's just a cover, though. Maybe
Yeah,
it's just meant to like show like his backstory. It's
True. That's.
I mean, it's about Darth Vader, so there's no way they don't.
There goes the second one.
See, that's a bit more generic.
That
Yeah,
one's
that-
better. I like that one.
You like that one more?
I like that one more.
That's
He's in
only
the
got
battle
them
on
two.
that.
That's a photo of Vader. Like that's what I think of my mind when I think of Vader.
Like when I think of Vader, I think he's in the middle of some deep shit. You know, I don't think of him looking like he's praying to the Force gods.
That's what I like about it. It's different.
Yeah, it looked a little like Knights Templar, like he was kneeling down, helmet off.
Let's
sword.
go. Ezio's
Follow.
about to stab him.
What's that?
Yes, Your Majesty.
I'm looking for the apple of Eden.
How controversial do we want to get?
Hey,
'Cause
I did
saw-
not say it, I think it's the only planet with two suns. Calm down. Simmer down. I understand that there's more than one, but come on, it would make sense if it was Tatooine.
I'm
Come
with you, CJ. I'm with you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Glad somebody's got
How
my fucking
controversial
back.
do we want to get with some of? Because there's no more news, but there's some articles that are pretty heated.
What? What's up?
Ooh, let's get it.
I like controversy.
I don't
I
know.
wonder. I wonder if we're gonna argue. Are we gonna argue over this? You think we will?
It's not.
I love
I just don't want to
arguing.
get political. Is my
Oh, that's what we're
Oh, fucking tap into this. I want to play.
yeah.
Okay, CJ's
I'm
like,
bored.
yeah.
I got
Right.
nothing better to do.
What is it?
Do you guys know what fandom wire is?
Yes.
I don't.
Yeah,
What's a
Fandom-
Phantom Wire?
Talk
Fandom
about
Wire
politics,
released.
1 second.
Yeah,
Oh,
Fandom
that-
Wire released
that-
an article that. What? Oh, they basically said that Star Wars. This is their article. Star Wars has become a joke of his franchise, and it's gone too woke.
Well,
I mean, I agree with the first
I
part.
can't-
But
And that
I
a lot
can't.
of
Yeah.
fans think
Yeah. I
joke
can't
of a
disagree.
it's kind of a joke at this point.
with the sequels.
With
That's
yeah.
right.
I
mean, well, it's
can't
just
disagree
massive,
with that
you know.
because of how like people have been throwing a fit. Like we see the lady that played Val in Solo threw a fit that her character was killed too fast, and she assumed that it was because of her gender and her race. And then we see a lot of that shit when it comes to the sequels. Like we agree with Finn that it was bullshit. It was political fear, and the fact that they're going to lose money overseas. But other than that, I mean, that's the only wokeness I can really tap into.
I look at it both ways. You know, I think that they are being a little bit woke, but at the same time, you know, it's just kind of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, like why, like what was one of the news announcements that we had on Wednesday? Wasn't it Wednesday? It might have been last Saturday. That the news they're looking for an actor they're looking for a person of color as an actor.
Actors, right.
Yeah, it's like, dude, why are you announcing it? Just get a good actor. I don't care. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like announcing it is like that's what makes them look like they're being woke because they announce shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't need to announce it. Just get the best actor to fill the part. I don't care what color they are, or what race or gender.
Woke is the problem. It's just like I think a lot of fans see it as pandering rather than genuine.
Well, like let's point out this example. Like remember in episode 9 when you had the scene at the very end with the two ladies who were like, I think they
yeah.
And then but they cut that scene out for China.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's a great example. It's insincere. That's the problem.
So I don't think it's the wokeness. I think it's the fact that it feels a lot like insincere pandering.
Yeah. It doesn't feel like they're
people.
actually trying to talk
because
about.
Think about like Star Wars has always been kind of woke. Like flipping back in when George Lucas came about it, the Empire was meant to flipping represent like almost the United States and like
based off
imperialism. And the rebellion was based off the Viet Cong. Like it was woke back then, but it was like integrated into the story. It was like
a genuine way.
It was a genuine, you know what I mean?
There was
so I think that's the problem. I think it's more it feels like pandering rather than entwined and part of the story.
Well, yeah, well, like all art in some ways is political, right? Like just existing. But when you like create your vision based off of like a political ideal, that's what makes it so insincere because you're pushing something instead of telling a story that
it's not the message that leads to politics, it's pure politics.
Like wouldn't it be cool if we had like a person of color in a Star Wars story, but it was like an actual perspective that teaches us something and like there's a character to it instead of it just like, look, here's a person of color. Like that's the difference we're talking about.
It's like, hey, let's go grab Denzel Washington and make him a Jedi. Like,
exactly.
That's literally like, oh, he's a black guy. Let's put him in that role. It's get the best actor for the moment, and that's literally when you're going through actors. It shouldn't matter about their gender, their race, whether they suck dick or eat vagina. I don't care what they do as long as they fit the role. If they fit the role.
Right.
That's perfect. I don't care. It could be Denzel Washington. It could be Millie Bobby Brown. I don't give a shit who it is.
Just as long as they play the part good. That's the only thing that I'm concerned about. Do you play the part good?
Yeah. Infected Actual is a great point. I think Finn was a good example. Like, instead of being, oh, here's this awesome character, like we were all super excited, like to hear his backstory and to learn about him. Right. And he ended up just being like, nah, just here's a black guy.
Yeah, no, because at first, in Force Awakens, he was promising. I think that's why he.
And then they changed it.
And it was. Well, and that was because China threw a fit. And then Disney's like, oh, we can't have China throwing a fit. They buy a lot of our products. And it's like, get the hell over it.
Yeah.
Get over it. Disney, you're huge. China shouldn't dictate what you do in a story.
And that's, that all falls back. These are all fictional characters. Like, we have aliens and all kind of different creatures. And none of, it really makes a difference if a person is black, white, Mexican, Oriental, a woman, a man, a child. None of that shit means anything.
How I process is you see an
I
overweight.
would prefer my hero to be a human rather than Jabba the Hutt. But
but what I'm saying is
it's kind of hard to cheer for Jabba the Hutt.
Well, that's the thing. You'd rather see an overweight slug with a bunch of slaves than a black guy be a hero. That's pretty fucking ridiculous in my case. Like that's pretty ridiculous. People threw a fit about Lando. Lando's toys don't sell. Like you go to Walmart, you'll find 16 different. Not even different. It's the same figure. Like. Billy D. Williams toys don't sell. I can go to Walmart right now. I can go to all 6 Walmarts in my area, and I can go to every toy section, and Billy D's toy does not sell. Why is that? Why is that a fucking issue? I have at least 2 of his action figures. It's like it's bull crap. It's garbage.
It's
Like
just
the fact that you would rather see, like I said, an overweight slug with slaves than a black guy be a hero. That's ignorant. That is so fucking ignorant. And I won't
agree.
pander
Well,
to
like-
that. And don't be afraid to try and do it again. Fuck what China says. What's really like?
Seriously.
Okay. Oh, we can't have a black guy as hero. Finn was so promising. John Boyega's character was so promising. I was so stoked.
dude, I was
to have
when he
Boyega,
picked up
too.
that lightsaber. When he
Oh,
picked up the
man,
lightsaber and
he
he
did it
yelled
with
that shit,
pride.
and he was, man, dude, I was like, dude, we about to see a good battle, and then that shit lasted like 2 seconds, and they cut
Well,
it down.
and even you gotta think you've never picked up a fucking lightsaber before, but you have all these powers all of a sudden, like Rey fucking homemaker Skywalker,
Right.
and
Right.
you
And
could have
but-
done it with Finn, and it could have been a great like
It was a
duo
missed
training
opportunity.
thing.
Well, Rey's
it was a
good
missed
example,
opportunity
like,
because you could have still had Rey having force abilities
Yeah,
and them
so the
learning
thing is,
together.
Finn
I
felt
like
like
what you
such
said
a
about that.
natural character. Like he worked. His story was solid. Like he felt like a part of the story.
Well, he was interesting.
And I feel
too.
like if they
He was-
come and realize, oh wow, we missed our opportunity, they'll try to make another one where they're like, no, it has to be a black guy, and it's gonna feel forced.
I don't
Yeah,
know, like,
and
it's
it's a woke, it's
They
a
missed their
wokeness to it.
chance.
Yeah,
Well, like, I
you
think-
screwed
I think
up by
the whole-
introducing him naturally, which you did in Force Awakens. It was natural when he picked up that lightsaber and was ready to
Yeah.
go.
Well,
You could have
even
hopped
going
into that
further
next
than
movie
that,
and
man, like-
made him a Jedi.
the stormtrooper thing, stormtrooper thing, like his introduction was fascinating. Like
Yeah.
we never seen a
A
character introduced-
stormtrooper.
Yeah, stormtroopers like
oh,
watching
dude.
like genocide and murder go down.
That
and
was
he's
awesome.
Like I can't be a part of this. Like
Yeah,
that's basically what we were talking about earlier with the clones. Like
Yeah.
some of them deciding not to kill the Jedi. Like
right.
we got that, and they
Well,
totally just abandoned
and
it.
what-
like,
that's what I'm
I
saying
what
is, like,
Kyle said
He
about Rey.
defects.
Like I wish their stories would have been more paralleled, and like
Yeah.
we would have gotten more of like a dynamic where they had to learn from each other to be better. Like I
Well, and
totally
that's the
see
thing.
what
Like
you're
you get a clone trooper that defects because he was taken at birth and forced, and the next thing you know, he defects because he knows that's not right, and something inside of him says it's not right.
Well, that's
You
what
could
I
have
thought
pan-
when
you could
Doesn't
have
have a
pandered
name.
right off that, and that could have been the Force saying, "Hey, you can bring the light to the situation." I would
Well,
have
that's
loved
what-
to
that's
see
what
Finn.
I think
and
that's
Rey
what
go back.
everybody thought when that happened. Like the Force is awakening within Finn.
Yeah.
And then it just changed over to Rey. And it was like, what the hell is going on? What's happening? It just kind of left you.
Wait, then the Last Jedi was like, the Force is this, but no, it's this. Actually, it's this. What if it doesn't matter? Oh my goodness, Finn likes Rose now.
Well, and that's the thing. And like, and at the same time, even if they did do that, you know for a fact with the whole director change and all this shit, you know, Rey taking Skywalker. If you would have thrown Finn in there, it'd have been like, yeah, my last name's Windu. And it'd been like, oh, great, cool. You're still there's two names still, like fucking last name steals here. Like, thanks a lot, Disney. You're really doing
Seriously.
great with this.
You know what makes me? I always think about the scene where it makes me so mad. Where it's like he goes up to Chewbacca and he's like, "This is for you." And not because with the medal, you know what I'm saying? Not because I don't think Chewbacca should get a medal. He absolutely should.
Yeah.
But like, I just like Disney. Fuck you. That's what I like. Like, stop.
Well, and that's
Stop
the
it.
thing. So when this was
It's
explained,
cheesy
George
and
Lucas.
forced.
Yeah.
George Lucas talked about this. He's like, Chewie did get a medal. It just wasn't put on him because Carrie Fisher was so damn short. And it was hard for, he talked about, he's like, it was hard for Peter to get down, like kneel down
In the suit. Yeah.
to put the medal on. And it would have been ridiculous to bring a step stool out in mid scene for Carrie to put it on Peter. So it made no sense. But
Well,
Chewie
something
did get a
people
medal.
don't
And then
realize-
like, this whole fan conspiracy where Chewie didn't deserve a medal came out and all this shit pops off. And then like Disney's like, oh, we have an opportunity for older fans to feel better about the situation. Let's just
true.
give Chewie Han's medal.
Hey, Star Wars team's leader said he had to head out. He got to work later. He'll see us tomorrow.
For sure.
Have a good
But
day.
no, that's what Disney did. It's like, oh, here's Han's medal, your best friend who you watched die by your nephew. Here's his medal. I hope you miss him a little bit more
I hope
now.
you feel better now.
Yeah. I
All
hope
right,
this
well,
fixes your trauma.
We got into the nitty gritty stuff. Any
Well,
more
hold on.
news?
Yeah, one more thing actually
Oh,
on
go
the scene about Peter, not the whole medal thing. Like something people don't realize too about A New Hope is like that production. You guys know this. I know you guys know this, but that production was hell. Like that production was not going right ever. Like
Oh,
George
man.
Lucas took a trip to an island when the movie premiered because he thought his career was over. Like
he's like, fuck this. I spent so much money. I can't look at it.
exactly. Like the
He
only
comes
reason
home and
that
he's like,
movie
look, dude,
succeeded-
you're the #1 movie in America.
Yeah, like it was the biggest shock because what they did is they saved the movie. Like John Williams came in after the movie was finished, right? And that he wrote the score. And then Spielberg came in and he like helped Lucas because he had just worked on Jaws, so he had like experiences with sets not working, right? And he was like, look, we can save this. They built a bunch of like special effects. They built miniatures and spaceships and filmed all this like extra shit and added it in last minute. And that's how we got the Death Star run. That's how we got like the scene with that's with Han and Luke going da 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 and shooting the fucking TIE fighters and so much action scenes that blew everyone's minds in the 70s when it came out. Like because like
That's funny though. He goes to an island. He's like, I don't want to watch. Comes back. He's like, you got the #1 movie in America, and you're rich now. And he's
You're
like,
the richest man.
It's like winning the lottery and not knowing for a month.
Did you guys hear about the toy thing? Like they didn't have toys ready because they thought it was gonna be a flop. Yeah, it's like that's the whole,
so
like...
Kenner gave out this cardboard piece that says, turn in all this stuff, and you can have a whole box sent to your house.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, fuck you, Kenner. Like
and
my dad remembers it because my dad wanted the toys and he went to the store and they sold a little cardboard piece for $25, he said. And you take it home, you fill it out, and then you mail it to Kenner. And then when Kenner comes out with the toys, they will mail them to you. My dad never received them, and he became an instant hatred for that franchise after that.
Wow.
Because he worked so hard to get $25 because he went and saw the movie. He literally just tells me this because we're watching the how the toys are made on Netflix or whatever, like Your Childhood or whatever on Netflix.
Yeah, I know.
He's like, I remember going to the fucking store and buying that thing. I worked all summer to get like a good chunk of money. I had to pay for other things, but I remember I really wanted these toys. I went in, I filled it all out, information, the right house. I even had your grandpa double check it and your grandma double check it, and we mailed it off, and I never received it. And right then and there, I wanted nothing to do with Star Wars after that.
Wow.
I was like, wow, Dad, that's a lot of hatred.
Drama.
All right.
Yeah, I know, right?
Summer.
We're gonna get kicked off of Twitter soon. Should we go the impossible quiz?
I think we're gonna get kicked off regardless, but yeah, let's go to the quiz.
Stop right there, you rebel scum. Prepare yourself for the Star Wars Impossible quiz. Blast them.
All right.
Impossible.
It's true.
Yeah, it's
Knee
impossible.
Knee pad.
Shut up about the
Christopher had a great idea. He's like, you should do the clip of Luke at the end going, that's impossible.
In Empire, when
Like,
he finds out.
Oh
later.
man.
Yeah, I might do that. I might change it up. I'm definitely doing the new news and rumor one because that shit's kind of whack. I was looking through them. I was like, damn, this is whack. Why are we
the
still using it?
Hothbreaker is money though. The Hothbreaker is my favorite one.
Well, even if you
So,
don't do
in
the
the
impossible,
intro,
like that's
the
impossible.
Hothbreaker
You
in the
can,
intro and the outro.
you could do 3PO with the odds thing, like the odds of this.
And the
You
what if.
know,
Are good.
yeah.
That's not bad.
Okay. Who does Maz give Luke's lightsaber to in the lower levels of her castle?
Ray.
Right?
Yeah, right.
Finn.
Is that y'all's final answer?
It's Ray, and then she gives it to Finn up top when they're being attacked.
Oh, she gives it to Finn. Ray runs off and leaves the set now.
Suck
She
it,
gives
mother-
it to Finn.
Oh, you're right.
Let's
she
go!
does. You're right.
And you're a
Oh, I
little
remember
too
now.
hyped. I hate those
I know,
movies.
he's
It's a,
like
it's
crazy.
a little bit of hype there.
That's true. I shouldn't be
You
proud
got your
of that.
homeboy Christopher over there, like sliding away from you a little bit. He's like,
I know
"You
the
might
Force
punch
Awakens
me."
better than you.
That's not something to be proud
That's
of.
not. Yeah, I was gonna say that's nothing to be proud of, but okay.
Okay.
JJ would love me.
Yo, JJ, hit me up.
All right, I got to get to the comments. I ain't even looking at the comments. Infected said, Finn, that's too easy, Kyle. I try to make some of them easy so y'all can get them. Okay. Billy Loud, the daughter of Carrie Fisher, played a character in the sequel trilogy. What was the name of that character?
Onyx.
What?
I don't know.
What's her whole
is
name, not
Lieutenant
just the-
Connix.
Honix
What?
sucks.
Lieutenant Connix.
Her whole name.
I don't know her full name. I just know she's Lieutenant
Henry
Connix.
Connick Jr. No.
Carrie Fisher. Indiana Jones.
I can't remember. I can't remember her first name, but I know it's Lieutenant Connix. That's all I know.
Is that close? Is he half right?
I mean, Connix is right, but I need the whole name.
Bro,
Yeah, the whole name.
I can't give that because
I'll
I
be
can't
honest with you,
remember
I can't
that.
even picture her in my mind.
I know,
so-
right? I have
The
no
little
idea
blonde
who that
chick.
is.
The one that says "Get out of here."
I don't like the sequels. I don't know what you're talking about. CJ, why do you know who this person
You ain't got to
is?
spell it infected. You just got to tell me what her whole name is. All right.
Why do I
5,
know that? Because it's Carrie
4.
Fisher's daughter.
3, 2,
Harry.
1.
Leia.
It's Cadell Connix.
Oh, dang.
Connix.
Whatever, I got it right. I'll take that point. Thank you.
Connix.
It's a weird
Okay,
name.
here's a simple one. What was Rose's sister's name?
Daisy.
Yeah, I was gonna say Daisy.
Moon girl. Moon necklace. That's all I know
Sunflower.
about her sister. The bomber girl.
The bomber girl.
Boom. Her name was Boom.
The girl that's
her
in
name
Humming
was
Bombs Fall in Space.
her name was Death.
Death? Like the Grim Reaper? Death?
Her name was Kamikaze.
What was it?
He was like just death. I don't know. He was joking.
Oh,
This is serious.
that was it.
Okay, so anybody in the chat? I know y'all got like a little thing. Don't be looking shit up on Google.
Kamikaze. She's a bomber that killed herself. Cannon fodder. I still like kamikaze.
Oh, I know. I got it.
She's got the kamikaze.
I got it. It's a plot device. That's
Okay, so her name was
That's her name.
Paige.
Oh, okay.
Paige Tycho and Rose Tycho.
That's not even like a Star Wars name.
No,
That's
it's
not even. That's
My
so
Star Wars
basic.
supervisor was named
yeah.
Paige.
Rose and Paige are very like
That's so
normal names
basic.
for Star Wars.
That's Ryan Johnson. He's like, it's different. I'm doing something different.
different.
Okay. Number 4. The criminal slicer known as DJ in The Last Jedi is a bad dude. You know, we know that. But what was the alias DJ stand for? What did his alias DJ stand for?
Death Jam.
Def Jam.
Death.
Dick Jumper.
Yeah.
Don't judge.
Disc jockey. Disc jockey.
The Joker.
Darth Jamal.
I can
Dumb
do this
jock.
Darth Jamal.
Darth Jamal.
That's the next.
That's the next Sith Lord.
Darth Jamal.
Chris said on the last question she had one job was to hit the button. Hit the button.
Hit the button. You have one fucking job. I
You're gonna get me
scream it
canceled.
almost every episode.
All right. The answer is don't join.
Don't join.
And that was his
Don't.
alias. Don't join. DJ.
Oh, really?
Don't
That
join.
is really his answer? That's really
Yep,
it?
that's really the answer. Don't join.
Wow. Don't join. Don't judge.
Alright.
It was the closest answer.
No regrets.
No.
Okay. It's hard to come up with questions on a sequel trilogy, because especially I don't like sequel trilogy. But I mean that part of the book it goes through each thing. So we're just stuck on this until next week. I'm done with it after this week. Okay. Question number 5. What was the name of the little furry creature dude that mistakes BB-8 for a slot machine?
Oh, I know Mark Hamill played him.
Fuck that. I don't
God
even.
damn.
I forgot about that part until just
The
now.
little furry creature.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. his
Remember
name
he's
is-
putting the money in inside BB-8?
His name is Syphilis.
I don't even remember what he looks like. I remember the scene.
All
Like,
I know
don't
is that Mark
remember.
I'm just gonna
Hamill.
list STDs.
Mark Hamill
This
did
is
that.
possible names. Gonorrhea. Is his name AIDS?
Is his name I got too drunk and I think this droid is a slot machine?
Lenny says
Chris got it.
Dobby?
It's actually it's Duba.
Master gave Dobby a sock. Now Dobby
it's
will
actually-
go to the casino.
I mean Chris is closest. Because his name is actually Duba is
I was
DOBBU.
thinking like Dobby. I was like, it's the same Same elf
Doobie,
from Harry
and his
Potter.
last name
As soon as he gets his
is
freedom,
Skay.
He's going to the casino.
So Doobie Skay is his name. Duba Skay.
Don't be a suck.
Okay, what was the name of the little boy we seen at the end of Last Jedi that uses the Force?
Kid number 3.
Kid number 3. Go get
Just
kid number
saying.
3. Kid number 3 on set.
I didn't think he had a name.
I know. I
That's
didn't
why
think
I didn't either. That's why I said kid number 3.
Lenny said
I know,
Gary.
I know.
He does show up.
Gary.
Here's the thing. I do remember he shows up right before Rose. It's like, we have to save the animal things. That's really important. Like right before that, we see the kids at the farm. I think
Extra
they-
number
No, because
5.
when they went in
It
and
looks
opened
like
that
he looks
stall
like a
up, the kid was
Jackson
in
to
it.
me, so I'm gonna say Jackson.
Jackson. Oh.
I'm gonna call him Blanket. That's Michael Jackson's
Blanket.
Jax.
Wow.
Or Jax Semitron or
Jack
Jamie.
Cimatron. Extra
Some
number
Jamie.
5.
Jerk off.
Don't
Jerk
joke.
off.
That's my final answer.
Hey, that little,
Judge-
get that little bastard that's supposed to
Join.
use the Force in the
DJ,
movie.
and then he got joined.
Morty. That's
Okay,
his name.
y'all ready for his name? His name is Tamiri Blag.
What the fuck? That's the word. Tamiri Blag sounds
Yep.
like a wizard. Tamiri Blag. That sounds like a
like he was
wizard
born
from a
to
Monty
a rich
Python.
family.
Hey, the wizard, Tamiri Blag.
All right, question number 7.
I can lift a broom.
What type of animal helps the resistance escape from the base on Crate?
Kind of animal? The fox. The
Oh, yeah.
fuck-
Silver
ice
fox.
Ice
The
fox.
ice fox. Crystal fox.
The crystal meth fox.
the
The Heisenberg fox.
rock fox. The shark. No. Yeah, quartz fox.
the Breaking
Fox
Bad
quartz.
fox. I don't
The
fucking
Breaking
know.
Bad fox.
What are they?
They are the danger. That's
Diamond
what they
fox. Crystal fox. Minecraft fox.
are.
Hard fox.
Every kiss begins with
Indiana Jones and the Crystal Fox. Crystal-
They're actually
Fucking
they
good.
are aliens. They are aliens
Yeah,
too.
I
so
actually want to
that
know.
That fits so much. If all the foxes
Okay,
come
I'm going to give y'all the
together,
answer.
become a
It was
weird alien.
Voltox. Vulptes.
He's a Pokemon, dude.
Voltox.
Go, Voltex!
Voltex.
Rescue
Voltex.
Rose!
Voltex.
Okay, question number 8.
Voltex, use
Dio
ice
was a
cubes,
little rolling
Voltex.
droid of cuteness. But who was his manufacturer?
BB-8's manufacturer. Or
Yeah, y'all never
BB-8.
going to guess this one.
Big black balls.
Big black 8 balls. That's their name.
All right. Sorry.
We are very sorry. We are children.
I would never guess this one.
Slimo Corp.
Slimo Corp? Nope.
That's my guess. That's a creative guess. You got
That was a creative.
Galaxy Droid Solutions.
Enron. Nope, Chris, it's not Enron. That's a good guess.
Tesla. Tesla's the real
It's
answer.
Tesla.
SpaceX.
SpaceX. That's so funny. It's NASA.
Come on, CJ, you over there being quiet.
I can't think of anything.
It's-
I can't
you know,
even think of
it's
anything fucking
Palpatine.
funny.
Because Palpatine's behind everything, so it's Palpatine.
I got
Y'all will
it.
never guess this. I'm going to give y'all the
Disney.
answer. BP.
Disney.
Who's BP?
BP.
Thanks to BP,
Oh,
yeah.
the oil spill.
Yeah, the
people.
oil company. Exxon.
Okay, y'all want to know who really manufactured them?
Yeah.
Disney.
Babu Freak.
Oh fuck! Really?
Babu?
Baba Freak.
Yep. Babu created
Does he,
him.
how does he not recognize him?
When does he see him? Oh, yeah, when
Doesn't
they're
he
all
see
in.
him
No,
when-
he's not.
Yeah.
Is he
Yeah,
there?
he is.
I don't know.
Yeah,
He's
him
there
and
with
R2.
BB-8.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
That's what it says in the encyclopedia. So it says Babu Freak created him.
Plot hole.
There's a problem here. It's just
What
like Vader not
species were
remembering
each of the
3PO.
Knights of Ren?
What
Humans.
species?
Oh, like
Coruscanti? I don't
name
fucking
each
know.
one.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Fuck. Human.
Good luck.
You know the human and the The
I don't know any of the
Gungan.
alien-
and
Gungan,
the
yeah, one of them's Gungan for sure.
Human, Gungan,
One of them is Jar Jar.
whatever Darth Maul is.
Jar Jar's
Rodian.
the Knight of Ren.
Dathomirian.
Dathomirian, yeah, sure. We'll throw in one of those.
What if Jar Jar was
Maybe a Greedo dude. And we'll throw in a Wookiee for good measure.
Yeah, there's a Wookiee.
A little sugar and spice.
And
I know there are a couple Ewoks.
Spider-Man's in there.
Yeah, there was an Asgardian there
Yeah,
too.
This was actually a
Sorry.
trick question. This is actually a trick question because nobody knows. They don't ever take off their masks. Unknown.
You
No,
motherfucker.
but the answer nobody knows.
You son
So
of
y'all
a
was kind of right
bitch.
because like I don't fucking know. Like I don't know.
what
Yes
else?
or no.
You know what else
I-
nobody knows?
Dude, I'm dead sure.
You know what
Two of them
else?
are Ewoks.
Hold on. You know who else? What else nobody knows? What the fuck the Knights of Ren are? Okay, no one else knows. They don't fucking. They show up for
That's
1
true.
second.
They never go into it. It was such bull crap. That was a
Yeah.
missed opportunity. The
Okay,
Knights of
this is
Ren
the only
were a missed
question that ain't
opportunity.
based on the fucking sequel trilogy because we're out of the
Oh,
sequel
great.
trilogy part of the
I
book
might
now.
know then.
In the first script of Attack of the Clones, who was supposed to be the Sith that fought Obi-Wan and Anakin?
Plagueis.
I don't think.
Nope.
Attack,
It wasn't Sidious.
Attack of the Clones.
Asajj?
Jar Jar.
Oh, CJ got it.
It was Asajj.
He did.
A not yet named Asajj Ventress. That's what the book says. She was
Oh,
actually
that's where she
scripted
comes
in to
from.
be the person who fought Obi-Wan and Anakin, and then it was later changed by the original script.
That's
I thought it was Jar Jar.
Why the hell would Jar Jar be
Awesome.
fighting them?
that's twisted.
Because originally
Magic.
Jar Jar was the Sith Lord.
Yeah, he was originally a Sith Lord, but I think he wasn't supposed to come out to the very end.
Which would have been awesome.
Okay. Yeah, Infected got it. Wasn't Ventress supposed to be there? All right. That was fun. That was a fun episode. Chris,
Oh,
when you
that
gonna
was
come back
great.
on the
I
show
got
with us,
things coming
man?
on, guys.
You're crazy.
Who's crazy? Me?
Are you all right, Garrison? Jesus
Yeah, I
Christ.
just choked on ice. But he said Chris, you
choked
should come
on
back
Chris's
the show. You're
ice.
Crazy.
Oh yeah, I'd love to come back. I had a blast.
Yeah, you can come back, man. Shit, you was a lot of fun to have on here.
Hell yeah.
I told you.
Yeah.
I told you.
I love Star Wars and I like doing the funnies, so here I am.
Where can people find you, Chris?
Oh, follow me on Instagram, Christopher HW, CHRISTOPHER, just one word. You can see I have some stand-up bits uploaded on there.
All right, give us a little bit of one of your bits.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, we're putting your ass on the
Put him on
spot.
the spot. Ouch.
Let's see here. Well, since we're talking about Star Wars, this is perfect. Los Angeles is like Star Wars, except the Force is poverty. It's all around us. Finding every living thing. May the inflation be with you.
Oh, that was a good one.
Los Angeles.
Thank you.
May
I've been
poverty
accused
be
of
with
punching
you.
down. I'm not talking about the homeless. I'm talking about everybody. I'm talking about everyone who just deals
Even
with
the rich people, they're
Yes.
poverty
They're
hard.
like, well, not them.
Shit.
They're the one. Actually, yeah,
I don't know
not,
how
not
people-
everybody.
I don't know how people stay in California.
Shit's hard. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, like, it's like God hates California, man. They get fires, earthquakes, hurricanes, freaking mudslides, flooding. Like, dude, that tells you right there, this is not a good place to live. Like, just like you need to move. Like, that's not a
Yeah.
good place. And I'm
Well,
from
yeah,
California, and I
when gas
don't
was
understand
really
why
bad.
people stay there.
It was like $7 because I went to California. It was $7 a gallon over there when gas was
So
like 5
you-
here, which was
you-
not great
you
here.
said-
That's
but-
trash.
You said people are living there,
$7?
Kyle. They're
Holy
moving
shit.
here.
They're good. They need to
Dude,
get the
they're
hell out of
moving here,
California.
too.
No, they don't need to
They're
move
moving
here.
here too.
They need to get the fuck away
Stay.
from that hellhole.
Stay in
There's
California.
40
Stop coming to Arizona.
There's 49 other states you can haul your ass to. Quit coming to
No,
Idaho.
no. 48. Don't fuck with Arizona either.
We're seceding.
Have you ever noticed how it looks like it looks like a finger doing this? It looks like a middle finger. Like that's what California looks like because it's like it just jacked up. The whole state is jacked up.
It's bad. It's on fire. Is it still on fire? I don't know.
Nah, I
No,
think
it's
it's
not on
underwater
fire.
now. I
They're
think they have
about
all
to
the damn
flood again.
Yeah, they're
tsunamis and
about to
shit.
flood. Yeah.
Yeah. Holy shit.
It's like, dude, once one thing gets, it's like just nothing but like just another disaster right after another. Like, oh, it's not on fire no more. Oh, now we're in a tsunami. Oh, it's not on a tsunami. Now earthquake hits. It's like these are all signs to tell you to get the fuck out, run, damn it. And they just like, I love living here. No, I don't know why. You're an idiot.
But California,
it's Cali. I'm here to make some moves.
It's like I don't get it. I be talking to my cousins and stuff that live there, and I'll be like, why are you not moved yet? Like, why do you stay there? I love it here. You love being on fire and underwater at the same time? That don't even sound like a fun thing. And then an earthquake hit, sucks all the water in the ground. Why, this is about to break off. Like, it's about to break off from the United States. Water's on top of it, and earthquake hit, it just fills up the crack, and then it's an island.
Yep. I mean, that's probably what's going to happen. That's like literally, yeah, that is what I was about to say.
I don't think it's going to sink. In fact, they say it's going to sink. I don't think it's going to sink. I think it's just going to break off. I think it's just going to break off. And like the fault line is going to break like right on the border of the damn thing. It's going to break off and become an island. Then it'll cost you $3,000 to go there instead of $300 to go there.
True.
Just because it turned into an island. Okay, everybody. So we're doing a live Phantom Menace watch party tomorrow at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is 9:30 a.m. Pacific Time, 10:30 Mountain Time, and 11:30. Basically the same time as we do the shows on Saturday. If you want to join in, this is important. You have to come here first. We're going to do a 10-minute pre-show here so you can get the link. And once you get the link, then you just click on the link just like we did last time. And for people that don't know, it just takes you to the link will just take you to the StreamYard thing that we're going to be airing it on. Because we can't do it here. We would love to be able to do it here, but they'll kick our asses off. You know, they hit us with copyright strikes for playing 10-second videos and shit. So they're already on our asses. So we came up with another way because it's going to be fun. So don't make no plans from 12:30 or whatever time zone you in for at least a good 2.5, 3 hours because we're going to be having some fun. We're going to watch this. We're going to discuss it. We're going to break it down. We're going to do more watching than we do anything else, but it's still going to be fun to have everybody on there. Yes. If you want to be on the live with us, let me know. Email me at sway.audio@gmail.com. Let me know because we could put up to 10 people on screen with us at one time. Well, not really 10 because us three, and then
we'll have like one at a time. They'll come on.
7 other.
Next guy.
And then it can have 7 other people on screen at the next time. It's gonna get stopped. It's not gonna play all the way through. We're gonna be talking over it and all that good shit. It's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be an actual watch party. So you can chat in, you can join in, whatever. Just let me know. The email is sway swaa.audio@gmail.com. Let me know. That way I can send you the direct link to get in on the thing because it's 2 different links. The link that'll be on the YouTube will be the link that just gets you into the show. You can interact in the chat. There's another link that I can send you that you could be part of the show. I'm trying to get the website to work right. I don't know what's up with this stupid ass thing because it's not like, I don't know, it was stuck on the 9th for some reason. So it only had news up to the 9th. I don't know why it wouldn't do it. I couldn't get it to work. Finally, I got it to work today. I don't even know what I did to get it to work. It just started working. So hopefully it's fixed. But so the website, the news stuff that's on the website is up to date now. And hopefully it keeps up to date. We're also, I don't know exactly when. Me and Garrison got to talk about it a little bit more. But Star Wars in 10 should be coming in the next couple months here. And then probably at the end of the Star Wars Audio Archives, this chapter, it's probably going to transfer to somebody else that's going to be doing the audio on that. And I'm going to start doing the Who's Who in Star Wars. Mm-hmm. So that's the new stuff that's coming out. And that's news for us. So we hope to see everybody tomorrow on the watch party. And till next time, remember, stay outrageous and may the force be with you. Peace.
Yes. May the force be with you. Heck
Thank
yeah.
you for tuning in to LSR. If you've enjoyed the show, consider subscribing so you can be notified when new episodes are released. If you would like to be a guest on the show or just want to give us some feedback, feel free to email us. You can also reach out to us on all major social media platforms. LightSaber Radio is produced by Pickfilm Media and is a Swaycast original, starring Garrison Turcotte, CJ Elliott, and Kyle McDaniel. And don't forget to join us next time for more adventures in a galaxy far, far away.